We back. We live. Let Loose Podcast live stream, man, with the boys back in town. You know how we get down, man. You know we down with the infamous, diabolical, relentless, undeniable, undisputed, retaining, greatest tag team podcast champions of the world. Jordan the Juggernaut James, Sam Moneyman Bell, and my dog West by God V. And we are the Let Loose Podcast.
What's
Yo!
goodies? What's
Hey
goodies?
man, episode 84, man. We live. We got it going down, man, in this place. Let's get it.
Yeah.
Let's get it. Let's get it. I just want to do a couple little shout outs real quick. My son just turned 21, Khalil Stevens, man, just turned 21. He grown man.
Hey.
He doing his thing. He down there in Texas, man, doing the thing with the merchant seaman. Very proud of my son, man. He's doing all that stuff. He's getting it going. He's getting that bag. He's getting that bag for real. So shout
Ain't
out
nothing
to
wrong
my
with that.
son. Hey, and then today's my father's birthday, man. Shout out, rest in peace, man, to my father. It's his birthday today. So shout out to the king, man, for real. So
Yeah. Happy
we
birthday.
Happy
always,
born day, Pops.
yes, sir, for real. So like I say, man, he helped me be the man that I am today, man. For real, tough love, man, always works. So hopefully he's proud of me. He see us, he see the family growing, whatever, and he see that everything's good. So enough about all that stuff, man. Shout out to the gang, man. My boy Jordan in the building, West in the building. How y'all fellas doing today, bro?
Lovely.
Let's go. Ready to talk some
Yeah.
football? Y'all ready to talk some football, man?
Yes, sir.
I mean, I am, but I'm not. You
Yeah.
know.
This
Yeah.
past week was not expected whatso fucking ever.
No, it wasn't. But
Not
yeah.
at all.
Shout out
I
to the
can't say that.
I forgot to say shout out to the feds, too. Shout out to the feds too for finally getting Diddy ass.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I woke up this morning. That's the first thing I
$50 million.
saw.
He says, I'll pay $50 million for bail right now.
My first thing
Right,
that I saw this morning was a text from Jordan. Hey, man, they caught Diddy's ass.
Got
right.
his ass.
I said, my
You hear
response
me?
was, he about to 6'9" and snitch on everybody.
Everybody going down.
Yeah, man.
Nino Brown style.
Yep.
Definitely. Going down, no doubt.
Okay.
All right, so we talking some college football first. Let's go college football before we get into the NFL. Thank you, everybody, subscribing to the Let Loose podcast. College football being said. Boom, let me give me that. Boom, there it is. All right, now I'm good. I'm locked in, ready to go now, man. Backgrounds in check, full effect. Let's go. Last week we didn't really cover college football because there wasn't really that many great matchups on that, time consumption purposes. But this week we're back with it. We got 3 games we're going to focus on today, give you a couple of wagers. Then we're going to get into our weekly NFL picks. Before we get into our college football games, quick question for you guys.
Look,
Who's on the hotter coach seat right now? Billy Napier or is it Mike Norvell? Sad state of affairs for Florida and Florida State, bro.
Get out of
What's
here, bro.
going on? Who's on the hotter seat? Is it Norville or is it Napier?
Right now, Napier seat so hot, man. For real, that shit's singeing them. For real. I'm telling you, you getting branded by that seat right now. It's so fired.
woo!
Fire hot. Hey, they just sent out a letter saying that the boosters put up 26 million. They got that stuff ready to deposit in his account, man, and get his ass up out of town. They
Damn.
ready. All they gotta do is hit the button.
They're going to pay him to go away.
Real. Email with the 26.
That's how you know.
Whatever, man. I'm telling you, because we are heated. We are heated, and they put in Mertz instead of Lagway, saying Lagway was gonna start the whole time. 2 hours before the game, they talk about Mertz starting. Like, man, that's crazy, bro. I couldn't even believe that they would do something like that, and that was his decision. That wasn't nobody else's decision because everybody wanted to see Lagway go against Texas A&M.
Of course, that's always Napier's decision. That's his job, his description. I just don't understand what you're hoping to get from Graham Mertz. You know what you're gonna get from Graham Mertz, man. Why not build for the future? Lagway, when they can, Napier, is Lagway even gonna stay there? Like this is a
Right.
risk that you run by not getting him involved. Not that
Mhm.
that's your problem when they can your ass, but
Right.
I'm just saying, why not throw the young buck in there? See what he's got. I mean, you got a hellacious schedule. You're not going to compete for anything nationally this year. In a
Nothing.
sense, that's how I feel about Michigan and their quarterback situation. We'll get to it in the first game here, but it's like, why not give these younger guys a chance? This is the best you have to offer. Like, come on, man, you got to do better than that. But I don't know, Mike Norville. I laughed at you and
That
told you to chill out after week
I
one when you said
told
hot
you.
seat, bro. I didn't. Dude, who's seen them starting 0-3 though? 0 and
Come
3?
man.
0
That's
and
a
3?
All
that
unranked opponents.
that's who I gotta go with, man. You went undefeated last season, besides the bowl game where you got mollywopped by what was it, Georgia?
Oh
Georgia.
yeah, dog
And
walking.
uh and I mean, which wasn't necessarily a big deal. I mean, it kind of was, but it wasn't. We kind of expected it, but kind of still wanted them to put up some sort of fight. But to start this season 0-3 against nobodies, like, I mean, no offense, Sam, but I mean,
Georgia Tech.
Florida, it wasn't even ranked to begin with. Florida State
Right.
was ranked in the top 10, if I'm not mistaken.
They
10.
was up there.
They were
They
number
had
10.
expectations,
Yeah, they
definitely.
were number 10 if I remember correctly, and they've just literally lost to like West Virginia teams. Like, that's fucking I
Mhm.
mean, that's pretty sad. I mean, that's fucking unexcusable with the expectations that they had at the beginning of the year. And
No doubt. So you're
I
going Norville?
Yeah, man, it's yeah,
That's cool.
I got
I would
to.
I would say it's Napier just because of what Norville has done. Now, if Napier just did some shit like that, you couldn't even,
Mhm.
bat an eye about thinking twice about getting rid of him. At that, Mike Norville has gotten Florida State better every single year he's been there until this year. And I just think that's the DJ Ungalele curse too, in an extent. But
Yeah.
It
in a
is.
sense, you got to blame yourself for bringing him there, man. Why not see what them young guns got? You're replacing a generational quarterback in Jordan Travis and a whole bunch of other people,
Mhm.
key pieces. We know all of this, but still, start 0-3. I don't think it's time to completely abandon ship on Mike Norville yet. I mean, it's the first time anything like this has ever really happened since he's been in Florida State. So, but Billy Napier has been failing Florida for years now. So, yeah, it's time. Definitely Napier for me. Let's get to the first game, yo.
All right, so this week we each are picking a game, and we're going to cover that and talk about it a little bit. Um, Jordan, of course,
Yeah.
it's no question you're going with the Michigan game. They got USC coming into town, which is favored by 6.5 points. The over and under is 46 and a half.
Mhm.
Thoughts? What you got?
Well, this is supposed to be a rainy game, so I'll start that off like that. Yep, USC ranked at 11, Michigan at 18th. I think you said it's 6.5 now. I'd read 5.5, but 5.5, 6.5. It's appropriate. USC
About the
should be
same.
favored. They've been playing really well. They've shown up. Their offense is very powerful. What this game comes down to me is Miller Moss and Zachariah Branch going to be able to exploit Michigan's defense? I think they're going to have a lot of success there throwing on them. Michigan has shown a lot of vulnerabilities in the passing game. I don't see Woody Marks being that much of an impact as far as running the ball. Catching the ball out of the backfield, that kind of sort, making plays. Yes, he can. Woody Marks is a good player. I expect him to make some plays, but I just think this is going to be a more pass oriented game for USC if you're going to if you got to win this game. Um, USC's defense has improved, but they have yet to seriously be tested. They will have a heavy run test incoming with this Michigan offense, who just made our quarterback switch finally to Alex
Yep.
Orji,
Mhm.
who can't really throw and hit the you know backside of a
Backside of a
barn throwing
barn.
the man. He really can. It's terrible, but
Mhm.
I mean, you got to do something else. You're going to see heavy runs in this, a lot of quick passes, short passes. He's going to take the occasional deep shot because he does have a gun and he can throw it long. He should have hit a deep shot the last game, but the receiver stopped running. But they'll just do the Warren, bro. Oh my Lord, this kid was driving me crazy, man. Like this
Mhm.
kid was driving me. Davis Warren was driving me insane. Interception, intercept. Like, what are you looking at? And the
Right.
fact that that's the best thing that we have
That's what I
Mhm.
was
coming off the
thinking.
national championship, like that's insane to me. Michigan has a true freshman quarterback. They're not going to play this year. Jaden Davis. Same sense of the point I made about Florida, Sam. If you know what's what this year, I know knowing this quarterback situation, I can see how bad it is with our top few guys. There's no way coaches had a serious expectations of us making a national
Right.
title run again this year with
Yeah.
these are the guys you're going to go with. That
Right.
being said, why not throw these young guys in there, true freshman quarterback, see what he can do? This is the future of Michigan, not these guys. So
Right.
overall, it's a mess, but and Michigan's play calling has been horrendous, offensively and defensively. Defensively, they're all out of sorts, allowing big pass plays to, lower tier teams. I don't understand what's going on. Texas it's whatever. Texas, I think, is just that much better than them this year. I don't fault them at all for nothing with Texas. I'd like them to show up a little bit more, but we can't get everything we want. But this is a bad matchup for Michigan, dude. It is.
So you got who you got winning? Michigan?
I'm not telling you yet. Go ahead, Sam.
Ah,
Yeah, I'm glad y'all got rid of what's your man named Davis Warren.
Yeah.
He was trash as hell. And I was telling you that, and you was talking about he was a cancer survivor, leukemia survivor, and all that stuff, man. And I was like, bro, like that doesn't make you play football any better that you survived that stuff.
Can you tell the media that,
warrior.
please?
I'm just
Can you
saying.
tell the media that, please? My God.
I'm just letting you know, man. We seen what you can do.
We were in agreement.
And you on the bench. You on the bench now. Alex Orji, hopefully he can bring that spark. He can do some things, kind of freaking Lamar Jackson and stuff a little bit, but I don't think that's too much better either. I don't think he'll throw as many interceptions, but I don't think he'll throw as many passes either. But the running game, man, from Donovan Edwards, bro, has been non-existent. Y'all had the other kid,
Khalil Mullins has been the beast.
yeah.
and that's and he went off last week. So maybe they're gonna give him some more reps in it.
Yeah, he's number one right now, definitely.
Okay, yeah, because Donovan Edwards, man, I don't know where you fell off a cliff and stuff too. So just like I say, just defensively, y'all good. Offensively, man, y'all shitty.
Y'all shitty says.
Man, so I got to go with USC right now. Miller Moss, Woody Marks, Zachariah Branch, Deuce Robinson. Oof, there's a lot of stuff y'all got to stop over there. So I'm going with USC.
You taking the 5.5?
I'm not taking the 5.5.
Wise.
I'm not taking the 5.5.
What about you, Wes?
Yeah, man. Like you said, USC hasn't really been tested other than LSU, which is, they're just like in a stagnant state. They're not on the come up. They're not necessarily a championship contender. They might make the playoffs since it's 12 teams now, but I don't see them making like a top 4, maybe even a top 8, depending who they play in that first round or whatever. I'm not sold on Michigan with all the players that they lost. Jim Harbaugh or Harbaugh John. I always get them to Jim or John. It's Jim Harbaugh.
Jim.
He's gone, and the guy that replaced him, they won while Jim Harbaugh was suspended those games last year, but he had the roster that was already was still intact.
And all he did was run the ball, dog.
Exactly.
The first game at Penn State, we ran the whole second half. We didn't attempt no passes.
Right. So you guys lost Harbaugh, you lost McCarthy, Neighbors. You lost so many pieces from last year, the championship team. I mean, I don't know how you guys felt going into this season, but I think Michigan is kind of like in a rebuilding state. They
that's
gotta,
no doubt.
Yeah, what's his name? Got to get his recruits in there, build up that program.
Sherrone Moore.
Yeah. I always forget his name. Get his people in there and stuff like that, build up the culture that he wants to, and stuff like that. And then maybe here in another year or two or something like that, they might be back into the title contention. But as far as this year,
Wes, check this out.
What's up?
They had the last 3 years, bro. Michigan has been on top of the world.
Yeah, you're right.
One game away. Yep. You had the best offensive line, man. Freaking like by far. Between them and Georgia, they was killing the game.
Yep.
Absolutely. Now that offense, I feel like that offensive line, bro, is
like I said,
they're not meshing.
They're so shaken up, bro. Like you missing some of these key pieces.
Yep.
It's not working out, bro, like they thought it would, and not having Harbaugh there
Yep.
to really enforce those rules and stuff like that.
Right.
It's not working right now. It's going to at least take him another year to get all that stuff together, man.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Like I
it's
said, all
a whole new entire offensive line, man. Whole new.
100%.
Michigan led all schools and players drafted in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yep.
I don't know
Yeah,
if
they
that's
did.
ever
What it
happened.
was 7? What it was 16?
It was something
I think
around that.
it was
Something around there.
14. I thought it was
14.
14.
Okay,
Mhm.
okay. But I know I think 18 left. I think either after graduation and
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, with all that said, man, I think USC is a lot better team this year than they were last year, even with Caleb Williams
That's
being
no
there.
question.
The receivers are showing up. The quarterback play might be even a
The
little bit
defense.
better,
What are we
and
talking
their
about? The
defense,
defense.
yeah,
Man,
their defense
way
is
better.
solid. So, with all that being said, man, I might have to go with USC this week against Michigan, and I think they said this is like the second time they've ever played each other or something like that. They're not
They
very
haven't
familiar with each other.
since Reggie Bush and all that. That's the last time we
Yeah.
played them.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
okay.
it's been a long time that you guys have played each other. So with not having all that familiarity with each other, it might be a little bit closer game instead of a blowout. So I'm not going to take the 6.5, but I'm not
So
going to take that over under either. I don't know. I
yeah,
think
Sam, what you think? The 46.5. You going over under?
46 and a half.
Yeah,
I'm going under.
yeah, I
under.
think so
I'm gonna
too.
go under. I'm gonna go under.
I will
Yeah.
tell you that I'm gonna go under as well. And
Mhm.
based on under, is how Michigan's gonna win this game. If Michigan can win this game. I'm not sitting up here, dude. I'm not sitting up in here trying to, say that I'm not gonna come on live and say my team's gonna lose this and that on a game where I feel like we can win this game.
Right.
This isn't impossible to win this game. If Michigan's defense shows up and limits them to less than 20 points, they can win this game.
Mm-hmm.
And that being said, you'll score like 24 or something and it'll be right under. I'm going to take the under in this game.
Mm-hmm.
If you can hold and win like a 2017 type game, that's the only chance Michigan
That's the
has.
type of
Yeah.
Now, if they don't, because I'm going to tell you right now, Miller Moss is going to have a day passing, whether they score a lot of touchdowns or not. This dude will probably throw for over 300 yards.
three
He has
plus.
great receivers, Zachariah Branch and company, and all these guys, bro. Like they can. Michigan's vulnerable on they're going to be able to pass on them. But if Michigan can sustain that, limit them to a field goal here, field goal there, a turnover, they go for it on fourth down, they'll get that type of game where it's nitty gritty, and Michigan can do something running the ball and just kind of keep up with them, low scoring, they could win this game. I'm taking Michigan to win this game, bro. But I will tell you, it's going to go one or two ways. Michigan holds them like that, and it's going to be close, or USC can pass all over them, and it's going to get ugly, and it's going to get ugly quick like it was with Texas. And that's all there is to that.
Mm-hmm. You got to be
Yeah,
able
it's
to
gonna.
sustain. You got to sustain that defense, though. You got to sustain it.
Yep.
I mean, the
Over 4
defense.
quarters, that's the thing, though.
I'm not tripping too much about the last game. They gave up 2 touchdowns in garbage time. You know what I'm saying? When was Arkansas State or whoever that was scored the last 2 touchdowns, it was against all the backups. So I'm really not worried about the defense. Will be fine, but they're doing what they can. When you're on the field all game, because your offense can't produce a pint of piss, I mean that's problematic. So yeah. Let's move on.
All right, so the next game, Sam picked this one, number 6, Tennessee, which is a 7-point favorite against Oklahoma University.
Ooh.
And the over-under is 57.5.
Ooh.
Thoughts?
Points.
Seven, the spread, right?
Yes, sir.
Tennessee's favored by 7.
Yep.
Sure is.
It's going to be 95 and cloudy that day.
Really?
Go ahead, Sam.
Damn.
Go ahead. Tell me how you feeling about it, Sam.
Man, I feel like Tennessee right now is one of the 3 best college teams in football right now.
Facts.
They only played 1 ranked team, but not even really Georgia right now. It's really because Georgia freaking almost lost that shit 13-12. So they're not looking as poised, but I think they top 3 right now. Man, they putting up numbers, man, unheard of. Freaking NC State, whatever, number 24, NC State, 51-10.
Yep.
Bro, that shit was a blowout. Man, those guys are freaking going off, man. They got they got the dude, Brew McCoy, and all those guys over there. Sampson over there freaking wreaking havoc, man. It's a lot of guys over there, man. It's so many guys over there. that is freaking putting in work on that offense. Defense is looking good too, but the offense is so stellar.
Mm-hmm.
Oklahoma offense is not that good. They're still struggling, still trying to put that stuff together.
Mm-hmm.
And when you go from the Big 12 to the SEC, you're gonna have some growing pains.
Oh yeah.
And that's a fact.
That's a man's league over here, gentlemen.
Hey, for real, that's the hey. Whatever you want to do, if you want to try to do it, man, don't try that shit over here in the SEC, bro. That shit is not gonna work. Never, never, never. But man, Tennessee just got a good coach. What his name?
Josh Heupel. Josh Heupel.
Heupel, yep. Man, very good coach, man. I think he got there in 2021.
I think he went to Oklahoma, or he played for Oklahoma, so this is kind of like a homecoming for him.
So ever since he got over there in 21, man, he's been getting those guys, getting them back to shape, getting them back in the thick of things. You know, they had Mixon over there. What's the quarterback name? Joe. Y'all quarterback now. The old quarterback.
Oh, Milton. Yeah,
Milton,
he's in the Patriots now.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so they had Milton over there. He ran that stuff up or whatever until he got hurt. But like Tennessee has been looking good, man. And I just don't see Oklahoma even having a chance. I'm taking 7+ for this one. I'm taking 7+. Oklahoma. I don't feel like Oklahoma has a chance. That's why they call it Choklahoma.
But this isn't the same Oklahoma team, though, man. This isn't the same Oklahoma team. Everything you said is definitely spot on about Tennessee, though. I will tell you that they are looking good, and I think a couple things that I want to follow up here with you is, dude, they're doing all of this with a true freshman quarterback, Nico Iamaleava. Get used to saying that because
you say that shit 5 times fast.
Iamaleava. Nico Iamaleava. All right. Get familiar with saying that kid's name because he is fucking good, bro. As a true freshman, this kid has a top 5 offense in the nation. Look, this kid, Iamaleava, he's thrown for 698 yards, 6 touchdowns, 2 picks, 71 completion rate. Mind you, it's a true freshman. Okay, they're averaging 639 yards of total offense per game. That's number 2 in the nation. 3rd in rushing, 23rd in passing. Also, they have a top defense, like you reiterated, bro. Number 2 overall, 5th against the pass, 4th against the rush. Mind you, they haven't played anybody except for NC State, but that was a formidable opponent, or they were supposed to be before they got 51 hung up on them.
Right.
So, and I will say that their run success has been largely accredited to like multiple guys getting in reps, you know, when you're up big in these games, you know, like they were up by 65 points at halftime versus Kent State. I mean, you're up 65-0 against Kent State. I mean, your running backs are gonna eat, you know, the whole second half. That's just how it is. But however, they do have Tennessee has big physical receivers, bro, that can cause headaches. You know, Dante Thornton, 6'5", 214. Chris Brazell, 6'5", 200. Brew McCoy, 6'3", 230. I mean, these receivers are massive, bro. And not to mention, you got Squirrel White as your speedster. It's your speedster. And I know why they call him Squirrel because he looked like a squirrel, bro. You see that? He looked like a squirrel.
Right.
But dude, he's sneaky, though. You got to watch him. He will burn your ass. He will burn your ass. He's dangerous, bro. So on the flip side, you got Oklahoma quarterback Jackson Arnold, bro. He's a dual threat quarterback. 484 passing yards on the year, 7 touchdowns, 2 picks, 62% completions, but he leads the team in rushing yards and attempts. So that being said, as I've watched highlights in parts of games too, I've noticed he's limited as a passer. There's limited capabilities, so that's a large part of why they try to utilize they run that shit. Exactly. Biggest question here and concern for Oklahoma in this whole game is going to be their offensive line, gentlemen. Jackson Arnold's been sacked 9 times in 3 games thus far, bro, and their run offense has not been there, bro. It has not been there. It's been stagnant to be nice. And that's going to present problematic against this good Tennessee defense. I think they're going to feed off of that. That's going to be a bad matchup for them. But speaking of defense, Oklahoma has gotten better defensively. This ain't the Big 12 defense no more. They've gotten your message and your memo about that, bro, about coming to SEC, and they've improved drastically on defense. I'm looking at this shit here, bro. They're 27th overall in defense, 58th against the pass, 21st against the run, and they've gotten off the field on 3rd down 70% of the time. That's incredible.
That's nice.
That is good.
Nice.
That's very good.
But who they played?
Right. So again, here's your test.
Thank you. Thank
You know what I'm saying?
you.
So which tough defense is going to want it more? But if you resort back to the quarterback again, true freshman quarterback Nico Iamaleava, man. Look,
Mhm.
that first road game at NC State was a night game, and they blew their doors off like reiterated, Sam, 51-10. But that game for Nico, man, he was 16 to 23. That game's for 211, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. So
Mhm.
this is a whole new environment, bro. You got a tougher test against a tougher defense and a way tougher atmosphere. Is he going to be able to get the job done? I think he's going to get it done. I'll take
Seven
Tennessee in the
plus.
7.
7 plus.
I'll take
Thank you.
Tennessee with the 7.
Yep.
But I like them to win by 7. But if this game was closer, I wouldn't be surprised, dude, because if Oklahoma's defense can clap down on him, bro, that's going to
And they're
present
playing at
problems.
Oklahoma, so you know that's
And
a tough
they got
place to
home
play.
field. Exactly.
Man, it's gonna
So
be loud as hell. It's
I'll
gonna
still
be
take
loud.
Tennessee with the 7, though.
That's it.
Go ahead, Wes. Who you got?
Yeah, man, to touch on both of your all's points, Tennessee's offense and the receivers and the freshman quarterback are lighting the nation on fire, scoring all these points. Granted, it's not necessarily against anybody besides
NC State.
NC State, which
Mhm.
is a formidable opponent, but
It
you
is.
still hung how much on them? A hell of a lot.
51-10.
51
Yeah,
points.
Kent State 71-0. Chattanooga 69-3. I mean, you're supposed to beat the dog, the brakes off them of these teams, but 69-3 and 71-0. I mean, I'd understand if it was like 55, to 10 or 17 or something, but straight dog walking them. In Oklahoma, yeah, I know they're in.
Florida State not doing it. Florida State not walking the dog on nobody.
I mean, we just talked about Florida State.
They is you the dog.
And Oklahoma,
You the dog.
Oklahoma's played Houston, which they barely beat them. Tulane, yeah, I mean, beat them by 15, and Temple they destroyed, which is the very first game of the season, which is basically a preseason game. So now they're going to hit Tennessee. They got Texas coming up, Ole Miss coming up, Missouri coming up, South Carolina. That's definitely not a team. If you watch this past weekend, that's definitely not a team to sleep on because there's some dogs down
Right.
there.
No question.
And I think they might
They show-
be.
they-
I think
they
they
show
might be a
stuff,
dark.
man.
I think South Carolina. I have to look at their schedule, but they might be a dark horse to get into the playoffs. They might sneak into the top 25 if they keep playing the way they did last weekend.
I don't see that happening.
Man,
But
I don't know, man.
It's too much.
I
Those
don't
gauntlets,
know.
man. SEC gauntlets, bro.
yeah, I don't see that happening. But
Well, let's
we'll
see.
dig further into that.
Yeah. I mean, they got quite a few top 25 teams to play. But anyways, long story short, I'm taking Tennessee plus the 7. And I mean, it's going to be the over under is going to hit because I think Tennessee's probably going to score at least 40 points by themselves.
Ooh, 40?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Could be.
Yeah.
Could be.
Ooh.
You
I don't
can't
know.
stop all those guys. You can't
I
stop
know.
all those big guys, bro.
57 and a half. I'm going under 57 and a half. I don't
Can't
think they're
stop all
gonna
those big guys.
I don't think they're gonna score that much. I think these are two good defenses, dude. I don't think there's gonna be over 58 points scored. I think there will be points scored by both teams, and it will be good for a while. I think the first half's gonna be exceptionally well, especially, but I don't. I'm going under here, man. Two great defenses, true freshman quarterbacks, other sophomore quarterback who has the run and pass. No, I'm going under.
All right. Well, time will tell.
I'm gonna go to over too.
All right.
16.
So for my game that I picked number 12 Utah, which is a 2-point favorite against Oklahoma State, number 14 Oklahoma State. The over under is 65 and a half.
65 and a half.
Yeah, dog.
Where are you looking at that at? I didn't.
ESPN, brother. Unless I mistyped it. I mean, I'm looking at it right now.
Damn, I had it
No,
at
that's 54 and a half.
I'm gonna
That's my
say
bad.
54 and a
That's
half. That
my
shit went up
bad.
10 points.
That's
Holy
my bad.
shit.
That is
Jesus.
my bad.
Like damn, Oklahoma
Yeah.
State is Barry Sanders back or some shit?
Maybe.
Damn.
You never know. Yeah, my apologies. 54 and a half.
Oh, you good, bro.
Utah is favored by 2. Um,
S-
this might be a pretty tough game. I think Utah's been in like the top 10, top 15 for like what seems to be ever. The
Right.
past I don't know how many years, and they just haven't got over the hump, to get into the playoffs, which I mean they keep where they are now. They'll just make it in. And we'll see what they can do there. But Cam Rising, he's throwing for 350 yards almost, 7 touchdowns, and what is he, like a 12-year fucking collegiate player? Yeah,
Seventh year.
Bro, he's
yeah,
like 24. The other quarterback's like 25.
yeah. So
Both of them 7 year.
he's a pro
Mm.
college player.
Exactly.
You
Bo
know,
Nix Jr.
yeah,
He's
basically Brandon Whedon. Well,
now.
I don't think
Right.
Brandon Whedon
Oh my
stayed in college
God.
that long. I think he
I
was there for like
forgot.
5 or 6 years.
I forgot about his existence. That's a name for you.
Well, yeah, and he played for Oklahoma State.
He
So
did. That's right. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention Cam Rising is rumored to play here because he missed the last game. He got hurt a couple games ago. Injury to his throwing finger. I believe he has stitches on his throwing finger, or one of his fingers on his throwing hand rather. But he's rumored to play this game. They struggled to beat Utah State without him, 38-21. They got by him. But I'm gonna tell you what, now'd be the time to show up, bro, because this game and next week when Utah plays Kansas State. These are your most two important games of the year. If you win these
Right.
two games, they're probably gonna win the rest of them with Cameron
Coast.
Rising, without him.
yeah,
Because I mean, they do have one of the best coaches in college football in Kyle Whittingham. This guy, that's why Utah is a top program year in, year out.
Yep.
They're gonna, they're gonna line up. They're fit. They're tough. They're physical. Offensively, they're gonna try to run it on you and then pass on you when the opportunities are there. They're run. They're tough, dominant, physical, and they're very tough on defense.
they're a
They're
good,
not gonna give you a
well-rounded
whole lot.
team.
They're a very well-rounded team. So I think Oklahoma State has surprised a lot of us with their stellar passing attack this year, having one of the nation's best running backs and hasn't really found his stride yet. I do think that he is poised for a breakout game. I don't think it's going to be this weekend though. But quarterback Alan Bowman for Oklahoma State, he actually went to Michigan a couple of years ago. He was a transfer. He didn't play at all, but he's passed for 967 yards this year, 8 touchdowns, 2 picks, 67% completion rating, 79.6 QBR. That's number 23 in the nation. That is outstanding for him. I never thought this kid had it in. What I wouldn't
Right.
give to have this kid back now. He was like
Yeah,
first string
now.
on our shit like 2 or 3 years
Yeah,
ago. What I
now.
wouldn't give to have him now. Okay, just want to throw that out
Right.
there, but. He's been playing well though, despite some inconsistencies at times. The Arkansas game, they won it in OT, but he kind of struggled a little bit that game, but he bounced back. But overall, man, I think they're doing good. And Oklahoma State's playing really good this year. They
Hmm.
are, and they're doing a lot of good things. Oklahoma State's number 7 in the nation in total passing yards as well, which is I didn't see that coming. Like I said, with having Ollie Gordon, the nation's best running back, like he's not hitting the holes that great. The other guys have been running it better than he has. So he's
Right.
definitely got to look for his opportunities, man. And yeah, this is a tough matchup for him and company going in. I know they got home field advantage and all that, but Utah, man, Utah's so strong, man. And I don't see Utah losing this game because I know like Bowman's limitations and they have been doing good, but Utah defensively, I'll take them over Oklahoma State any day of the week. They're more
Right.
proven year in, year out. I
Yep.
think Oklahoma State still has a chance to do big things this year and compete for a division title, but I think they go down this game. And yeah, I'm taking Utah, man. 2 points. Give me the 2 points. If Cam Rising's playing, no question, but I think even without him, they can win by 2 points.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
But
I will definitely take the 2 points. I think they'll probably win by at least five or at least three. And over and under. Uh, yeah, this might be a decently high scoring game between the two. Upper 30s for 32, 35, or something around that area. So definitely I would definitely take the points and the spread on that.
Okay, you going
Well,
over?
and I'll take Utah to win. Yeah.
Okay,
Like I said, they've just they've just been in the top, 15, top 10 for the past so many years, what feels like anyway. That given the opportunity to get into the playoffs, I'd like to see what they can do. And I think once they get in there, as long as they win, they might make some noise against some of these other top tier teams.
Sam Bam, final word.
Cam Rising is a star. You know
Oh, a
that man is the
star.
guy. And here's that guy. Good IQ, great player, poise, in the pocket. But that man always hurt. He was hurt
Yep.
all last season,
Hmm.
questionable for this game. Like I don't know what you're gonna get out of them. The defense definitely gonna stand on business all the time. But you got your boy Ali Gordon. Man, this man only rushed for 265 yards all year, and he ain't played that type of talent. You got 4 touchdowns. You averaging like 3.5 a carry. When last year you ran for like almost 1,800 yards.
Yeah.
Nation's leading rusher,
leader,
right?
Leader,
Right.
21 touchdowns. Like nobody could stop you, bro. You was that guy. Now you're sputtering. I don't know if it's the offense. I don't know if it's that Bowman or whatever is getting more. You know what I'm saying? Like into it or whatever. Because last year he didn't do crap. He had 15 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. So he didn't do crap last year, but now he's on the up and up. So I guess they're putting it more in his hands. But this man, I think he had like 63 carries, 260. Man, that's nothing. That's nothing.
Right.
You know, like you definitely got to do better than that because you're a top star. You're a 5-star player. You got to come with it, and I think he's gonna come with it this game. I think he has to. I think he has to. But even with that said, I still don't think that's gonna be enough for Utah if Cam Rising is playing, and that's the key thing for me. If Cam Rising play and the defense hold it down, they're gonna win by the 2, 3, 4 points. But if he's not playing and Ali start getting that stuff going like he's supposed to and get him 150-yard, 200-yard game, bro, Oklahoma State gonna run through that boys.
Ooh. I don't see that happening though. I don't ever remember seeing anybody run through Utah. I don't remember the last time that's happened. Bro, if it's happened, it's happened. But I don't remember one running back running through Utah.
This would be the guy. This would be the guy, and this would be the time. But like I say, if Cam Rising is not there, I'm still going with Utah because I think Cam Rising gonna play. I think he's gonna play. He's gonna be a probably game time decision. I'm gonna go with them. And I'll go with the 2. Two's not a lot, you know.
It's not. It's not a tough ask.
So it's not a lot of room for error. So I'm going with Utah as well.
That's facts. Bet that. All right, there we have our picks, man. So it looks like we're all in agreement except for y'all and expected Michigan to win. Can't say I blame you. But that's the 3 college games that we have. Oh, Sam, you got over under on that one. You going over under?
I got the under.
You going under? I think it's right at 54-55, bro. So I would kind of stay away from that. I think that's going to be like spot on. Like Vegas fucking knows, man.
Yeah, they do.
I could just see that it's right at spot on what I'm thinking right now, man. So yeah, I would stay away from that if it's me. But
24, 31, 20 or something.
Some shit like that, bro. It's spot on, bro. Last little minute, garbage touchdown or some shit can kill you, bro. Can kill you every time.
That's it.
All right, let's transition here. We got week 3 college picks. We'll be back next week with some more college picks. We're gonna transition to NFL. Let's talk about some NFL this week, dude. Last week in the NFL was unbelievable.
Shit show,
bro. Shit show. We had 8 upsets. 8 upsets, bro. 8 upsets last week. Can you believe that?
Unfucking believable.
I don't believe it.
Jags. All I want to say is that I told you that the Jags lost every time at the end of the game against Cleveland. I told you that on this show, bro. And I was like, man, I say, bro, I just can't trust them. I said, I'm going to go with them, but I know how Cleveland plays against them, bro. Crazy. Yep,
they fell apart.
Arizona.
They're so much better than what we thought.
Marvin Harrison Jr.
He showed up. His daddy said, if you don't fucking make me proud, I'm fucking you up, boy.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Cooper Kupp hurt now. So, hey, man, them boys are shambles. Them boys are shambles right now, Crazy week.
And I will be the first one to admit and congratulate your team, Sam, on last week. That was a game the Lions definitely should not have lost. That game was horribly officiated, bro. From the jump, and I texted you right from there. I'm like, can you believe this? Like, what is happening?
The whole NFL, The
I
whole
just
NFL,
I
every
just couldn't
fucking play was a
believe that
flag.
shit, bro. I could not
Mhm.
believe it. Man, it was
Every game.
unbelievable. It was a shame. But despite all of that, Lions did come up short. Got to credit Tampa. I definitely feel like that game was classic identification of what the Lions couldn't do as opposed to the more so good shit that Tampa did offensively. Your defense showed up. They were stout, bro. And
It
they
was.
stopped them when it matters. And that's why you won the game, bro. And it was but Lions play calling was stupid, bro. 4th down 6, you throw 3 yards, and they're like, bro,
Right.
what is going
That
on?
ain't make no
What's
sense.
happening? What are y'all doing? What are
Bro,
y'all doing?
that boy Baker Mayfield, man. Baker
Man,
Mayfield.
and he had an efficient game, but had some crucial plays running the ball. That touchdown, that was crucial. That was the
That
difference
was
maker.
crucial.
But passing shit, he didn't even throw for 200 yards. Though. That's what I'm saying. It
Right.
wasn't really more what they did offensively. They did just enough to do it, but that defense really held that shit down, bro. They
It
stood
did.
on business
It did.
as
But how
usual.
y'all let only freaking Godwin get catches in the first half of the game? He was the only person that had catches the
Yeah,
first
man, he
half.
fucking balled out.
7 for like 100-something yards. It's crazy.
Man. And
Yep.
I had him on a touchdown parlay too. I knew he was gonna eat, but
I seen that.
how about them? How about them Aints? As they start to be what it is, bro. I thought Dallas was gonna mop them by 20. They mopped Dallas by 20.
Sure
The
did.
fucking Saints have yet to punt this year.
I
They've
think
scored on
I think they
every
punted once.
possession.
I think they punted one time in that game. I
I
think.
read a I read a thing that said they've scored on every offensive possession this game, touchdown or field goal.
14 for 14.
I thought I saw that they punted. They punted for the first time this season.
Regardless,
so far.
that's ridiculous. That is
Yeah.
absolutely ridiculous.
I was
But
pretty pissed off. I'm
crazy
glad it
shit
wasn't on
last week,
TV.
bro. Crazy
Hey,
shit last week.
You got that new offensive coordinator over there. That's what it is. I can't think of his name right now. So if you can look him up.
Who's that for who?
For the Saints. He got them boys going ham. Them boys is on fire
Clint
right now.
Kubiak.
Is that who it is?
That's what
Clint
it is.
Kubiak. Yeah.
hmm
Yeah.
So he got them boys on fire right now. So shout out to them boys, man.
Yeah, man.
Y'all looking good.
That's
Y'all
Gary.
done shot the world.
That's Gary Kubiak. Remember, he used to coach the Texans. That's
Yep.
his son.
Okay.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. There you
Shit.
go. Offensive mind.
Way more
the
smart.
defense.
Bright than his dad already. Shout out to him. God damn. But yeah, bro. Like I said, 8 upsets last week. Unbelievable. So, Sam, you won the pick'ems last week, bro. You had 8. Me and Wes tied at 7. How we're gonna score our picks from now on? We're only gonna give ourselves credit for the dubs as if we cover on the winner and whoever covers. If they cover the spread, they don't cover whatever to give us a better way of a scoring system because it's not so close every week. It's going to be more challenging, but it's going to be better for the viewers as well. So you stay locked and loaded in with us every single week, man. We do these live streams every week. We're going to try to give you guys the best intel. Don't take every single bet we say straight to the bank. You know how gambling works.
Right.
You listen to other people's insights, give your own, and then
Right.
you form your own, big, conspiracy, like,
Yeah.
I didn't think of it like that. Oh yeah, he's right about that. This dude's an idiot. He don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Whatever it is, any takeaways you can get from here, this is what we're here
Right.
for. All right. So
That's it.
like, share, subscribe, Let Loose Podcast all day, every day. First
All right.
game of the week, bro.
Yes,
Bring
sir.
us
Let's
in.
get it. Let's get it.
Thursday night.
Thursday night, we got the Patriots against the Jets, who are favored by 6.5. And the over and under, I don't know if I should say, is only 37.5.
That's appropriate.
Mhm.
That's definitely
Yeah,
appropriate. This is going to be a defensive match-minded game. These two division opponents, very familiar with each other. You're going to want to the Jets are going to try to run the ball every game that they can just to take any kind of pressure off of Aaron Rodgers.
Yep.
Breece Hall is a star running back in the making. You have Braylon Allen, the rookie from Wisconsin. He came out last week strong, couple touchdowns, 1 receiving, 1 rushing. He's going to start coming into his own. And anytime that they can take some pressure off of Aaron Rodgers, I think they're going to utilize that, man. And the Patriots, I think they're what? They're 3rd in the league in rushing. And they're
they've been surprisingly decent too.
And they're Stevenson, yeah, and
Yeah,
they're 4th
Stevenson.
overall in rushing defense. Gerard Mayo, if he's got his team doing one thing right, it's running the ball and defending that run. You know what I'm saying? Defensive-minded guy, tough, hard-nosed. So Patriots are definitely gritty. Close game last week, overtime. Seattle, didn't that go to overtime?
It did. Only game,
Man.
only game in first game.
Man, oh man, it was close. I picked the Patriots in that upset. Obviously, Seahawks pulled it off, man. But yeah, how you feeling about this game?
DK,
Yeah.
man, had caught that shit. and Smith and Jigba. Both of them boys.
Had his
Those guys
breakout
gonna go
game.
deep. Yep,
Yeah.
they're gonna go deep.
Lockett took the night off.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
I
did.
seen that.
But
Um,
Patriots, Jets, man, how we feeling about this? How y'all feeling about
yeah,
this?
man. So Rodgers, he only had 176 yards last week. He threw 2 touchdowns, and he only had a passer rating of like 98.7, I believe. Brees Hall only had, like you touched on, he had 62 yards rushing, 52 yards receiving, and he had a touchdown. Um, I don't think the Jets are. I don't think they've meshed. I don't think their chemistry is quite there yet. I
No.
don't know. I don't know what if that's because he didn't. Rodgers didn't play all season last season. If it was because he was fucking too busy doing whatever he was doing in Egypt this past summer. If he was doing fucking whatever drugs and shit that he does outside of football. I don't know what it is. I just don't think that they've gelled all the way yet, and that might come along longer as the more we
Yeah,
get
it's
into the
early.
season. Yeah, I mean, like I said last week, I can't you can't judge a lot of these teams based on the first week or two,
Sure.
but at some point you got to hold them accountable. And you said the Patriots have been playing really good. They've been rushing the ball really well. They've been playing really good defense. They've always been known to be a defensive type of team, even when Tom Brady was there and Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick's a defensive coach anyway. Um, and Mayo has picked up right where Belichick's left off as far as the defense goes. I just don't think. I don't know. I mean, I'm not sold on the Jets, and I'm very surprised in the Patriots. I'm going to take the Patriots.
Ooh, okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
I guess you would consider this an upset, but I
It
think the
is an
Patriots.
upset. Jets are
Yeah,
favored.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I think it'll be closer than 6.5. And as far as the points goes, I think it's under 37.5. I really do. I think the Jets, they're known for their defense as well. I think they're going to try to show up since the offense, is kind of a little stagnant in my opinion. So I think it'll be somewhat of a defensive a game, and if the Patriots are rushing the shit out the ball, we'll see. We'll see if the Jets can stop that.
I agree that it's going to be under, by the way. I'm picking the Jets to win, though. Go ahead, Sam.
So the two issues with the Jets, offensive line, because they can't stop
Yep.
anything. They can't block worth a damn. That's how Aaron Rodgers got hurt in the first place. They
Yep.
Yep.
can't hold they can't hold nothing down. And freaking Hassan Reddick hasn't signed yet.
Yep.
Yep.
So you missing a major part of your defense right there. He is gonna be the king when he gets back. And they got a lot of nice pieces, but he's gonna make all that stuff come together. So when he signs that contract, bro, the defense gonna be way better. But until then, they're gonna be struggling.
Yes,
Man,
sir.
Aaron Rodgers not even hitting receivers like he's supposed to. He hitting tight ends, he hitting running backs. Very few receivers, caught any passes in these last couple games, bro. It hasn't really been like that. So you gotta depend on Hall. You gotta depend on Allen. You gotta depend on your tight ends and all these things, bro. When you really is a gunslinger, Lazard, I ain't really seen Lazard doing too much, and none of those things. So I like the Jets, but not by the 6. I like the
I
Jets,
agree.
though. I think they got enough. I think they got enough firepower. Aaron Rodgers is gonna get that stuff together sooner or later, probably sooner than later. But you got to get your main guys. You got to get your receivers, man, involved. Even if it's shorter passes or whatever, and let them do what they do. In the open field. But he hasn't
Yep.
got that stuff. He hasn't got that stuff together, man. You missed that year, and a lot of things have changed on that defense,
Yep.
on that team itself.
No question. I agree. I expect the Jets to win. It's going to be a tighter game. I don't like the 6 and 7 points. It could be closer than that, possibly field goal, possibly even closer than that. Too defensive minded. They're both going to try to run the ball. It's not going to be one team going off on the other, especially throwing the ball. Garrett Wilson might get his. Aaron Rodgers might have a better game throwing than he did last game. But yeah, overall, I'm taking the under. I think New England covers the 6.5 points. Jets win.
I think they cover.
Yep.
I got the over though. I got the
Okay.
over.
Over.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Alrighty.
24,
All
24,
right.
24, 21, something like that. You know,
All right.
36 points is not a lot of points.
True.
Mm.
True.
Mhm.
And I think the points are the average of points is up, if I'm not mistaken. Isn't it like kind of high as opposed to the past couple years, if I'm not mistaken? I
I
don't
Shoot,
don't
know.
know. I don't know. That's a low. That's a
not
low.
30.
That's
Yeah,
a low
those are some
total.
low numbers. Those are low
I,
numbers.
I I can't remember if I heard it or
We were
not.
saying 30s and 40s and shit. A lot of them times, man, back in the day, man, that used to be like 55,
Yeah,
52,
True.
you know?
That's true.
Yeah.
Brady there for years and shit. Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Facts.
right. For real.
All right. So let's get started with some of these 1 o'clock games. We got the Chargers against the Steelers, who were favored by 2, with the over and under 35 and a half. Last week, Justin Herbert threw for 130. He had an
Fields,
interception. Or was
Justin
that
Fields.
Fields? Oh, yeah, I
Hmm.
did write that wrong. Um, 1 interception, 2 touchdowns, and J.K. Dobbins had himself a day. 131 yards rushing and 1 touchdown.
Oh, my bad. You were talking about Herbert. My bad.
Yeah,
Because
dog.
my fault. My fault, bro. I'm looking at the. Go ahead. My bad.
Yeah, so Justin Herbert had 130 yards, 1 interception,
Yeah.
2 touchdowns. Justin Fields had 117, 1 touchdown. He has his quarterback rating was only 97.3. Najee Harris only had 69 yards, and George Pickens only had 29 yards, and neither one of them got a touchdown. Uh, the Steelers, even though they're favored, I feel like are a dumpster fire. You
Mm.
know, you brought Russell Wilson in there. He got injured. I don't know if he's really actually injured. I don't know if they're just I don't know what games they're playing there. He could be really injured. I don't know. Um, the Chargers, they are a completely different team this year. You know, they got the Harbaugh in there from Michigan, and He just changed it. Did he played for the Chargers? Correct?
I don't know. He played for the Colts. Yeah, he did play. Yep,
Yeah,
he did.
yeah, he did play
Yep,
for the Chargers.
he
So,
did.
he has that little extra whatever there. He's a huge believer in Justin Herbert. They all seem to buy into everything that he's got and what he believes for that franchise. And I just don't think the Steelers are going to win this. I think it's going to be the Chargers. I think it's going to be more than 2 points.
Well, the
And
Steelers are favored by 2 points.
I
That's
know,
what's
I
that's
know,
what's
I know,
wild. So
I know.
the
Um,
Chargers win outright. That's just the upset,
correct.
man. You
Yep,
know.
I'm taking the Chargers. I think they're going to win by more than 2 points, and I will take the spread as well. I think it'll be actually I won't. I think it'll be under 35 and a half. I really do.
Yeah, that wouldn't be unbelievable because you got two good defenses coming here, especially the Chargers. That's what the difference is here that we got to look at, guys. Because with Harbaugh coming there and bringing his defensive coordinator who was tearing it up at Michigan a couple years, and Jesse Minter, dude, they have a top defense. The Chargers have had top defensive talent for like at least 5, 6 years, bro.
5 years.
Bosa,
Khalil
Ever since
Mack,
Khalil
Asante
Mack came over
Samuel,
there,
Joey
bro.
Bosa,
Bosa.
yep.
I
Man,
mean, bro,
come on,
these
for
are
real.
generational players, bro. I mean, this is
You
crazy
got
to me.
Derwin
Derwin James,
James,
right?
right? You
And
got
Brandon
Derwin James
Staley
over
was so
there.
stupid and
Yep.
didn't know his head from his ass. So
Right.
they had there was no reason they had one of the worst defenses. Like they should be a top 5 defense every year. That's what they have right now, dude. Granted, last week they played the Panthers. Okay, whatever. They won 26-3. You held them to still 3 points. The Raiders, the first week, you won 22-10. You've allowed 13 points through 10 games. I understand two not so offensively powered teams. The Panthers are the worst team in the league, but I'm just saying it's still, Harbaugh just
Vegas
got
beat the
there.
Ravens. Vegas beat the Ravens, so they had to be having something, you
Right.
know.
So, I mean, it's on a weekly thing, but yeah, exactly. So, but it's just it's impressive, and they're doing this not really that strong on offense. Obviously, they haven't hit their stride yet. Herbert's not even throwing for 200 passing yards a game. He can throw for 300-400 yards a
You
game.
don't have to.
He don't
Yeah.
have to. That's
Yep.
Jim Harbaugh's offense, and he's
Mhm.
the reemergence of J.K. Dobbins and all this, man. I definitely like this matchup, but the Steelers have been getting it done too, man. And Justin Fields has been, he hasn't been like elite status at all, this and that, but
Mm-mm.
he's doing enough to win games. He brings out that dual rushing attack. Pittsburgh's always going to have a stellar defense. It's going to make plays, get off the field when it matters, give you a chance to win the game. One of the best coaches in the game, as well as Mike Tomlin.
Yep.
Two great coaches going, two tough teams, bro. I expect this game to be low scoring. I will take the under that 35 and a half, and I think the Chargers are going to win this game in an upset. So yeah, that's my pick.
So with Big Jim, I got to give a shout out to Jim. I got to give a shout out to you too, Jordan, because you called that J.K. Dobbins touchdown, anytime touchdown.
Yeah,
You
bro.
definitely called that thing last
Yeah.
week, and that man went off. Man, this man ain't played football in like 3-4 years, bro. With those
I know.
It always
bro,
hurt.
and for you to call that one, it's insane. So shout out to you.
I got him on my
Shout,
fantasy team. I didn't even start him. I fucked up.
hey, shout out Harborough for getting Quincy Johnson in the game, man.
Wide receiver #1, baby.
Come on.
Yes,
Come
sir.
on, bro. That man had 100 or something yards. What, he had 2 touchdowns or 1 touchdown last week?
I think 2.
I think he had 2, bro. I said, man, how the hell you get this man jump started like that, man? For real, without no battery pack. Shit, that man had that. Hey, and I'm glad because I love Quentin Johnston, man. And
I do not, but
bro, I do.
I'm glad to see him ball. I'm glad to see him ball.
This man had more yards this game than he did all last season, bro. Hey, healthy scratch or not, bro. Like, oh man, it's so crazy to see. And if you can do that and you can make that defense stellar like it is with the talent or whatever, man, you just really just plug and play. I think I'm gonna have to go with Justin Herbert and them boys too, man. I think I'm gonna have to go for it.
All right, we all taking Chargers on the upset.
Yeah, Fields not working out. He's not working out. He's not working out.
He's doing enough to win though, man. But I mean,
because the defense is, I think the defense with the Steelers, bro, like top 2, top 3.
Yeah, they're up there, no question. They're top defense.
They killing. They killing.
But that's only going to last for so long. You get a team that's going to break through. Yeah, but I mean, right now, I mean, he's not even the starter per se, but I mean, he's doing all right. He's doing enough to win games. But yeah, I like the Chargers in this game too, bro. I do.
And that road got to come to an end.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right, so we're all taking the Chargers on that. The next game is the Texans versus the Vikings. The Texans are a 2.5-point favorite, and the over/under is 45.5. CJ Stroud balled out a little bit. He had 260 yards, 1 touchdown. Nico Collins had 135 yards. 135 yards himself. He had a touchdown. Sam Darnold, he balled out. He had 268 yards with 2 touchdowns and a quarterback rating of 109, which is, I think that's pretty fucking good for him.
Against San Francisco, mind you. When I picked San Francisco, what I say? I said, don't go up in there thinking that this going to be a bro. And then
I told you they beat him last year.
Yep. And look who balled on him again. You said watch for Addison, and that fucker did it again. So shout out to you, bro. I'll give you a return shout out on that.
Jordan Jefferson. Justin Jefferson had 133 yards himself and a touchdown.
A 97-yarder.
Yeah. So
roasted everybody.
I think this would be a good game. I really do. I'm definitely taking the over under. I think it'll be more than 45.5. Man, I don't know. The Texans are looking good, just like they did last year, but the Vikings are surprisingly decent as well without their starting quarterback, JJ McCarthy. I think Sam Darnold is a decent quarterback. He just hasn't been in the right spot. He was on San Francisco last year, but they got Brock Purdy, so they didn't give a shit about anybody else. So he could have done something there if Brock Purdy got hurt, but he was healthy all year. So on to another adventure, I guess. I'm gonna let you guys go, and I'll tell you who I'm gonna take at the end because I gotta think. I gotta hear what you guys gotta say.
Is Justin Jefferson hurt? Because he got pulled that third
Yeah, I know he left the game, but I haven't heard anything that he isn't playing this week.
Quadriceps, he's questionable. They're gonna all stay questionable probably all year.
Yep.
I bet he plays though.
It'll be questionable the day-to-day, then probable, then game time decision, and
Right. So, because he's been a big part.
Yeah.
Man, he's been really rolling. And then they got Aaron Jones over there, man. He's been rolling too. Man, he's a big part of that puzzle. Man, I don't know what to.
That's what I'm saying. He hasn't really had his breakout though. That's the thing, and he's had some good runs here and there, but overall he hasn't gotten off yet. I expect him to do better, but overall they're middle of the pack rushing. Minnesota right now is 10th in the league in passing offense, gentlemen. Dude, Darnold's out here balling. If he keeps this
Yes.
up, bro, he can potentially sneak Minnesota into the playoffs if he keeps up at this rate. They keep stringing games together, bro.
Yeah.
Their head coach Kevin O'Connell knows what it takes to, succeed in the passing offense, bro. He really does. And dude, what he's doing right now, damn near I say Sam Donald right now. Next year, if he's on that team, they got a quarterback controversy over there. JJ ain't just gonna come in after being a year off
Right.
after he done had a good year, depending on how this year goes.
Yeah.
And you might have work to do. You know what I mean? Sam Donald's looking real good right now. However, to me, let me just tell you guys right now, I'm gonna be 100% honest with y'all, bro. Houston, right now, I think they look like the best team in football, bro.
Oh wow.
Right now, Houston. I watched that game the other night, bro. And albeit, listen, with the Bears are tough defensively, and
Hmm.
that game, and I know the first game they played the Colts and all that, but dude, CJ Stroud is phenomenal, bro. He
He
is
might he
a
might go off and get an MVP
phenomenal
this year
quarterback. He is already the best Ohio State quarterback that has ever been drafted. Ever in the history of anything. He is sensational, bro. Mixon over there is the difference maker. They have depth with Pierce. They have all these guys on offense, bro. They have weapons coming out their ass, and their defense is legit, bro. They are legit, and they have fun playing the games. Dude, it's easy to them. It's just if they keep this up, bro, they are serious contenders this year. And I don't see me picking a whole lot of games against Houston this year. So I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm taking Houston. Give me the 3 points in Minnesota. This is gonna be a great game. And it's gonna come down to it. This game might go into overtime. Matter of fact,
Go ahead,
Texans
Sam.
cover the 3. And I'm
I can't
going
go for that.
over. I'm going over to 45 and a half. Going over
I can't
45 and a
go.
half.
I can't go with that. I can't go with that with you, bro. I gotta go Minnesota. I gotta go Minnesota with this one. Man, they having too much. They having struggles over there too, though. Y'all got all that offense, but y'all not putting together. Y'all not putting that stuff together like you're supposed to just quite yet. Minnesota got that stuff on lock right now. If Justin Jefferson play, man, them boys gonna definitely handle business. It's gonna be a close game, like you say. It's probably the over, but I just like Minnesota to put in a little bit more work. Like you say, defensively, bro, really has been their biggest problem, man. These last probably 3, 4, 5 years. The defense. Defense has
Mhm.
been playing. You stop San Fran from scoring freaking 20 points, bro. You got something there. You putting something
Mhm.
together, and I like what you're doing in Minnesota. So I'm going with Minnesota for the upset.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
I
Not a
don't
Sam,
know,
not a,
man.
not a not a Sam Darnold fan at all. But all those guys together, you got the receivers over there, man. You got Aaron Jones, man. You got something going. You got something going.
Who's winning, West? We gotta get to the next one.
Man, I think I'm gonna have to go with the Texans. I think they're picking up right where they left off last year, and they might even do better this year than they did last year. So I think I'm
Take
gonna
it
have to take the Texans, cover the 2.5, and I'll take the points as well.
over. You going over 45?
Yeah, I think it'll be a pretty decently scoring game. Yep.
All right.
Hey, one
All right.
thing you said though, Jordan, you say Texas top three. I don't think Texas top three right now.
No,
Kansas City right now is definitely taking control of everything.
they're obviously
And then
one.
and then freaking you got the Saints. The Saints
Yeah,
freaking
but
showing everybody what's
they
going
are
on too.
they are, dude. But I they're looking good so far, bro. But let's pump the
14 for
brake. They,
14
they
offensively.
that shit. It's if you start going in looking your best, you're not gonna finish the season like that, bro. And that's my
Yeah.
problem there. There's
Yep.
no way that's happened. That's never happened before, and it's not gonna happen here, bro.
They've
They are
started
gonna
off
have
so
a better.
high, they're going to just go like this.
The
Eh,
only place now you can go is down. So
yeah,
I mean, you're kind of doomed by that too. But what I will say is they're gonna exceed my expectations from them this year.
for sure.
I didn't think there was no way they'd make the fucking playoffs or compete for the division title. They're gonna compete for your division title, looking like this if they keep it up, no question. I didn't foresee that.
They're gonna
I,
try.
I'm just saying. You know what I'm
They're gonna
saying?
try.
You know. All right, so let's go to the next one.
All right, speaking of the Saints, we have the Eagles and the Saints, with the Saints favored by 2.5.
Mm-hmm.
The over and under is 49.5. And, like we've already spoke, Derek Carr had 243 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. He had a quarterback rating of 125. Alvin Kamara had 115 yards himself. He had 4 total touchdowns. He balled out. Uh,
Definitely did.
Jalen Hurts, they just played yesterday, since this is Tuesday. He had 183 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Saquon Barkley, he almost had 100 yards, no touchdown. Devontae Smith had 75, 76 yards with 1 touchdown. I kind of feel like they're still on their Super Bowl hangover mode,
Big
where
time.
they just can't get it together for some reason. And I didn't get to see the ending of the game last night, but I did hear, they went forward on third down. Saquon Barkley dropped an easy pass. They kicked it off, and what's their faces went down the field and was able. Oh yeah, Atlanta went down the field and scored. Kirk Cousins in
Easily.
prime time
Less than 30
showed the
seconds.
fuck up, which is unbelievable. But we'll
Less
get
than
to that.
30 seconds. Went right
Yeah.
down
When
there.
they wasn't covering.
Yeah,
It was ugly. It was super ugly.
That's
right.
their problem. Philly is so weak on defense, bro. Their pass defense is terrible, and they never blitz. It's
Yeah,
Vic Fangio's old school type
Mhm.
NFL defense that was hitting in the NFL like 10, 12 years ago. It's not that no more, dude. You got to change with the times. You got to blitz. You can't let them sit back there because they blitz fewer than most NFL teams, bro. And
Mhm.
by doing that, if your main guys don't get through in penetration, that quarterback's gonna have all fucking day to sit there and pick you apart, and that's what happens.
Yep.
Jordan Love was doing that. Kirk Cousins was doing that. You've been getting shredded. And that's what's fucking with Philly right now. Their offense is
Another-
not looking really good right now, but that will get better. You had AJ Brown out. You got Jahan Dotson just got there. He doesn't know 20% of the playbook yet. You're
Right.
gonna get better. You got Barkley. I mean, Barkley did it all the first night. You
Yeah.
get Hurts running a little bit more, and obviously you're still dealing with a new offensive coordinator too. So offensively, that will get better. But defensively, I don't know what the fuck they're doing, dude. I don't know what's going to
getting
happen.
getting
One
roasted.
thing as well. The same thing that's plaguing the Jets, plaguing them. Hassan Reddick, you get rid of 11 and a half, 12 sacks. Not wanting to pay this man, not wanting to get his man an agreement or whatever. Now you feeling it.
Yep.
You feeling it because the pass rush is like you say, non-existent. Non-existent.
And you brought in Bryce Huff, and he's essentially done nothing. But that's not on these players though, bro. You got Bryce Huff. You got so many players on Philly's defense that are effective blitzers, yet you're not blitzing.
Yep.
They had 70. How many sacks a couple years ago with a lot of these
Like
same guys?
70. Mm-hmm.
You do that by blitzing. You know, like you have to blitz. You have multiple linebackers with double-digit sacks that year. You're utilizing them completely wrong on defense. It's not good. It's not good. But
Yep.
playing the Saints, who are balling right now, and you're going to New Orleans, who they've scored on every drive that they've had so far. Kamara is looking like the Kamara of like 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah,
Everybody
yep.
was drafting top 3 picks in
2020.
fantasy football.
Yep.
And Derek Carr's playing good. The defense holding up, bro. I gotta tell you, I like the Saints to win this game, bro. It's kind of hard to pick against them right now because Derek Carr's gonna shred that defense throwing on them, and I don't think they're gonna be able to stop it at home. They're gonna be lit up, ready to go, bro. 49 and a half. I think the Saints are good for like 35, 30 points. So I'm going to go over on that. But yeah, Saints cover, and they covered a 3 to me.
I like the Saints too, but only because Philly is in shambles.
Mhm.
We just can't trust Philly, especially with no AJ Brown. Man, it was so one-dimensional. It was crazy. Couldn't get to the tight ends, man. It was just ugly. Saquon couldn't really get off. He got off in the first half, and then after that, we like, man, we're gonna just crush Saquon. That was just the thing that you have to do. Philly just doesn't look good at all. They haven't looked good since the end of that
Super
10
Bowl.
and 0. No, the 10
Oh yeah, yeah.
run
Last year, yeah.
last year. And then everything after that it's like they lost their girlfriend. Everybody said there's nothing going together. Y'all done brought CJ Gardner Johnson back. He was talking mess about y'all about Philly, whatever. Now y'all done brought him back. So now he got to look at his defensive players and like, hey man, what's going on? Like you was talking shit last year when you was over there with the Lions, So it's a lot of turmoil over there. I don't like the coaching. I think Nick Sirianni is not the guy
He's
He is
not. I don't either.
he is not the guy, bro.
You bring
I
in
don't like
multiple
him.
coordinators, and you were a victim of them succeeding the one year, the Super Bowl run, man.
Yeah.
Man, when I say freaking, you got to run the ball. You got to run the ball to be effective with the pass. Jalen Hurts, like we discussed many weeks ago, I don't trust Jalen Hurts. I don't trust him to be the guy to win the game. He showed that he's not that guy, bro. He's got to follow behind that defense. You got to follow behind the running game. Can't nobody depend on you like that, dog. That's the thing. So I got to go with the Saints as well. I just don't think Jalen Hurts is that guy, bro. Tush push, bro. You got to tush push every damn game. Your offense is not
92%,
doing
baby.
your offense is not doing what it's supposed to do. Your offense is not doing what you're supposed to do, dog. That's what it is. You got one dude. You got your center crawling on the ground like a freaking puppy or whatever to get you the first. Man, come on, bro. You got Saquon Barkley, bro. You feel me? Have some freaking runs and some counters or some.
Be a man and run that shit with the run.
Run that ball, bro. Man, don't tush push. You know, everybody like, oh man, he gonna get these 2.5 yards every time you do a tush push, bro. That shit is so stupid to me.
Are you taking the 3 points, the 2.5?
I'm taking the 3 points. Hell yeah.
I bet Saints
It's a
cover.
little dead out here.
Who wins, Wes?
Oh, I got the Saints all day. Like
3
I said,
points?
man. I can't trust the Eagles right now, man. I can't.
You taking them with the 3?
Yes, sir.
All right, bet. All right, next one.
All right, next one. This is gonna have this. This is all you, buddy. The Lions are favored by 3 against the Cardinals. The high flying Cardinals. The hot start Cardinals. And the over and under is 52.5.
God damn.
Yeah, man.
Highest of the week, fellas.
Yes, sir.
That's it.
I'm the highest in the room.
Jared Goff had 307 yards. He had 2 interceptions, no touchdowns, only a 61.7 rating. David Montgomery had 70 yards, 1 rushing touchdown, if I'm not mistaken. Amon-Ra St. Brown had 119 yards, no touchdowns. Kyler Murray, on the other hand, had 266 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. And I think that's a perfect quarterback rating of 158.3, if I'm not mistaken.
That's it.
Yep.
James Conner had 124 yards, 1 touchdown, and Marvin Harrison Jr. His daddy. When he got home, his daddy said, "Boy, you better get your shit together. You knew who I am." And what he did, he showed up with 130 yards and 2 tutties for himself.
Yeah, he did.
He balled out.
Yeah, he did. Who you got, Jordan? Let's start with you, brother.
Well, I think that looking at it here, it's good to see that Marvin Harrison did get involved, seeing as it's not Kyler Murray's job to get him involved. So apparently somebody
Not my job.
showed up for work. Balling on a depleted Rams team like that, I didn't see that coming. I thought the Rams would still pull it together. They went into that game, bro, and I don't even think they tried to win that game, to be honest with you. But still, to Arizona's credit, they looked really good. And even if they would have tried, Arizona was beating them that day.
Yep.
Just a thought. Lions fell short, obviously, during the Bucks. We talked about it earlier. Just didn't do enough offensively. Defensively, can we talk about my man Aiden Hutchinson for a minute, fellas? Can we talk about my man?
We said it last week.
4.5, 5 sacks
stud.
that game, bro. He had 3 sacks in the first quarter on your Bucks, Sam. I know. Sam was watching that game like, is somebody gonna block this motherfucker?
Is somebody gonna block? Hey,
Something.
Exact words.
But I mean, he's just a phenomenal. He's a generation, dude. He's got more sacks than like 18 NFL teams right now.
I believe it. Yeah.
On another level, ridiculous. That's why I named my son after him, man. Greatness. But anyways. But what the Lions are doing defensively, they're doing good against the run. 4th overall against the rush. Passing, they got to do some improvement. 14th overall defensively right now. Lions have been struggling, sputtering a little bit offensively last couple games. All that being said, they still have a top 10 offense. That being said, and this is the bad Lions offense. So obviously they haven't hit their best or begun to hit their stride yet as well. It's preseason rust too, man. A lot of these teams you don't get no reps.
Right.
Shit like that's gonna happen. And in their defense, Lions just opened up against two former playoff teams that they played last year in the playoffs, and the Rams and the Bucks, two solid teams that, well, the Bucks will be back in the playoffs. It's not looking good for the Rams just because of
Mm-mm.
injuries, but healthy, they could have made a
Yeah.
playoff run again. But anyways,
Mhm.
second overall in the league right now in total offense, third in passing, ninth in rushing. Not bad considering how stagnant they've been. I expect the Lions to put this together, bounce back with a win at the Cardinals. 3 points is not a lot tough ask, but I don't like them to cover it just because it could be closer than that because the Cardinals are playing really well right now, and the Lions are going to have to go in here and play a very clean, not perfect, but damn near good game. No
Yep.
turnovers. Got to convert on third downs. Your play calling's stupid. I don't understand what was going on. 4th and 6, you throw it 3 fucking yards is ridiculous. I don't know
Right.
what Ben Johnson's thinking
Analytics,
about.
man.
I don't
Analytics.
understand this shit, bro. I don't understand. Dan Campbell
Dan
made a
Campbell.
couple fuck ups that game too, and he knows it. But I expect us to bounce back this year. We haven't lost back-to-back games in a while, man, and I don't think it's gonna happen here. Lions are still a better team than the Cardinals, even though the Cardinals looked better last week.
Yeah, they do look good. But man, your Lions, I told you, man, they've been kind of stagnant with that offense. And you told me, you looked at me like I had two heads. And I say, man, the boys just not doing it like how they was. The years before, it was the defense not holding that stuff down.
Mm-hmm.
A couple years ago, it was the defense that was giving up all those points. Now it's the offense not getting that stuff. Sam Laporta, no show the last couple weeks.
He's
He hasn't
fighting
really
an
been doing
injury.
much. Yeah, he hasn't been doing much. Like I say, your boy St. Brown or whatever, he been killing, but he ain't really been scoring or nothing like that. So I don't know exactly what it is, bro. Is it the offensive line? Is it what is it? I don't know what it is because y'all was supposed to have that game, bro. I'm gonna tell you here first. Y'all was supposed to have that game, man. When we gave y'all the ball back, I knew it was over. I was like, man, he about to come down here and do that golf shit and get it popping. But we had that stuff down with all those people hurt. Vita Vea got hurt. All those guys. Winfield hurt, man. Them young guys.
They stepped up.
Eisen, and McCullum. The guys who I was telling you about, the young guys that need to
Mhm.
step up. But but the Lions, I still feel like the Lions is still got a lot to prove. They still offensively, they still can be good. And Arizona, I feel like that game probably was a fluke. That last game. I don't think they're gonna be offensive juggernauts and stuff like that
No.
ever again. I think that was like a once in a lifetime rocket ship performance from Kyler Murray. I think it's back to regular old Kyler Murray. I got the Lions by 3.
Man, I don't know. I think there's something different about the Cardinals this year. Kyler Murray seems to be damn near 100% healthy,
Mm-hmm.
and he's back to scrambling. He's back to, what he did in college and what he did when he first got into the league. And I think that's kind of setting the tempo for the Cardinals. Marvin Harrison Jr. It's finally, coming into his own where he's getting involved more and James Conner is a fucking stud, as we all know. And I think the Lions, they were 12-5 last year. I'm not sure that they're going to do that again this year. I mean, that's the best season that they've had, if I'm not mistaken, in their fucking history. Am I right, Jordan?
To my knowledge, yeah.
Yeah. So to kind of have that same type of season again this year, I don't know, man. I mean, that could just be like the curse of the Lions. I do think, Jared Goff is a very good quarterback. I think that's the right place for him. David Montgomery's great. Amon-Ra St. Brown is the fucking stud. He just got that big contract. But I think the Cardinals are going to pull the upset, guys. I really do. Yes,
Ooh.
sir. Yes, sir. And I will take the 3. I think it'll be a close game. It might be within not within 3 points, but at least 3 points or more. And the over under, yeah, I mean at least 25 per team. Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take
Yeah,
it.
I'm going over too. I didn't say
Yeah.
that. I'm going over the
Yeah.
But the
52 and a
thing,
half.
but the
And
thing,
I'm going to take the Lions to cover too, by the way. I changed my mind. I think they cover the 3. Go ahead, Sam.
so the thing is that Rams team defensively are like one of the worst in the league. He's gonna have a good game like that against one of the worst defenses.
Hmm.
Offensively or whatever, they're good or whatever when they have the opportunities.
especially a team
But
that you know well.
Yeah.
right, for real, that they definitely gonna play those guys well. But the Lions up top, that top coverage, those DBs and those safeties, bro. Them boys they're gonna take that shit out the air. They're gonna blitz. You got freaking Aiden Hutchinson or whatever coming after your little ass or whatever, like a dog versus a cat. That
Right.
man coming. That man run probably just as fast as Kyler Murray, bro. The biggest linebacker. Man, for real, man, you're gonna be running scared, bro. You're gonna be running scared. They don't have anybody like that on the Rams. That's why I say this is gonna be a totally different matchup. We got one of the best left tackles it is in Tristan Wirfs, and this man got handled by Aiden Hutchinson. You feel me?
Yeah, bro. He's
They don't
on
have
one.
they don't have nobody like that or whatever that's even close to comparison to freaking Tristan Wirfs. So the sacks is going to be the problem. Whatever, the offense is going to sputter so bad, bro. That's why I say the Lions got to win this one.
Hey, when was the last time the Lions won two or lost two in a row, Jordan? Do you know?
I don't offhand. I don't think they did last year.
I don't think so.
Yep, I don't think they did last year. Every single because they only had 5 losses and they weren't back to back. I don't believe.
No, they were not because I looked at it just a little bit ago. You know what?
No, you picked the
Yeah, yeah,
Cardinals.
yeah.
Move to the
Well, I'm
next
I'm gonna
game.
fucking
Move to
stick
the
with
next
that. I'm gonna
game.
fuck with that.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
So,
so next game, we got the Broncos versus the Bucks. The Bucks are favored by 6.5. The over under is 39.5.
go ahead, Sam. Tell us what's what.
Man, the Bucks got a lot of injuries right now in that defense. Denver, I mean,
Sucks.
they
We
look
get
like
it.
they don't look like they don't
They
look
fucking
like they
suck.
can put up the points. They can't put up the points. You got injuries all over the place on your offense. You got Mims, you got who else you got over there? Sutton over there. They're not putting up big numbers, but their defense
Well, who the hell's throwing them the ball?
Bo Nix.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
He was
Hey,
good. He was great in college, but I don't think he's going to. I don't think it's going to transfer over to the NFL.
But the one thing about Denver, they're always covering the spread. So I
Yeah.
like the Bucks. But I feel like they're going to cover that spread again for the third consecutive week.
Mm.
Well,
Go ahead.
given Bo Nix had 246 yards last week with 2 interceptions, and Baker Mayfield had 185 passing yards with 34 rushing yards. They add on top of that 2 touchdowns altogether. He's got Godwin out there. He balled out for 117 yards and a touchdown. Mike Evans only had 42 yards, but
Big catches.
it's still a young season. He's still got plenty of time to hit his 1,000 yards for what 11th year in a row.
Yep.
The Broncos are they're in the bottom, probably the bottom 3 to bottom 5 teams in the league. Bo Nix is just not that guy. I don't know why. What the fuck's his name? It's escaping me right now. The coach for the Broncos.
Sean Payton.
Yeah, Sean Payton. I don't know why he was so high on Bo Nix coming out. I truly don't think that it was his first pick that he would want, but that was probably the best.
He was the only quarterback left.
Yeah, exactly. Because they like 10 quarterbacks went in the fucking first 12 picks or some shit like that. Broncos are just a dumpster fire. Bucks are looking really good. Baker's cooking. I'm taking the Bucks, covering the 6.5, and I'm taking the over under. I think the Bucks are going to just mollywop these mugs.
You taking the Bucks and the points?
Yes, sir.
I can't say that it's a trap game.
Nah.
Trap game. Definitely a trap game.
All right. I'm taking the Bucks, and I think that they will cover because I think you're going to get Winfield back. Vita Vea, I think he's going to play. Looking at this right here, Denver's defense is a lot better than we see fit, though, and they are good at covering the spread. Their defense right now is ranked 9th overall, 4th against the pass. So, I mean, Tampa's going to have to generate some rushing. You have to get Bucky Irving involved, but I think they can, and I think that they can win by a touchdown. Not too tough of an ass. So I'm going to take the Bucks. They're high right now. Big win coming home. Can't take no days off though. You got to keep going all out. Can't, remotely lay back, take the Broncos remotely lightly. Got a ball on them, but I think they can do it, and I think they'll cover. Give me the 7.
All right, we're all with the Bucks. So the game after that is the Packers and the Titans. The Titans are favored by 3,
Oh my God.
Interesting. The over under is 36.5. I don't know how the fucking Titans are favored any game besides
because
maybe the Panthers.
because you have to think here. I think that they're only focused on Malik Willis playing against his former teams, and I think
True.
they're just gonna bum rush him and do everything
Yeah.
they can. But dude, Malik Willis, he didn't have to do nothing last week. They
True.
ran, and that was enough to win. And couldn't believe that they beat the Colts. But dude, I am sitting. It's starting to set in reality of me, dude. I don't think AR-15 is gonna pan out as a quarterback, man.
He
He
might
turns the
not.
ball over too much, bro.
Yep.
He
You
does.
lose
He
two
does.
fumbles, you throw what, two picks? I mean, that cannot happen. That
Mhm.
cannot happen under no circumstance. Sophomore slump, rookie, it does not matter. You are way too big. You got to be smarter than that. Like, you got to hold on to the ball, son. You got to hold on to the ball.
Got
Yep.
You
to.
can't be throwing picks. It's too erratic. So I don't like how that's looking. But these two teams right here, Packers and Titans, how you feeling about it, Sam?
Bro, I don't know. Because the Packers pulled one out last week. Like you said, they ran the ball. Malik Willis went like 12 or 14 or he did something. He did something.
Something simple, bro. The
Yeah,
Yeah.
Packers are the
right.
best rushing team in the NFL right now.
Really.
Who the
Josh
fuck's seen
Jacobs.
that guy?
Josh Jacobs had 151 yards.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
No
And he
How
didn't
many,
even
like
touchdowns.
he didn't
40
even score,
carries?
he didn't even score a
Yeah,
touchdown.
32. Yeah, I
God
know.
damn.
Messed up my parlay, but we ain't even gonna talk about that.
Right.
But I mean, I don't know. I really don't know. I think Josh Jacobs is still going to be a difference maker, but that defense, man, the defense from the Titans, bro, is still intact. It's just Will Levis, bro, just finds a way in the end
Yeah.
of the game to throw the game.
Yeah. Yep.
That's what it is.
Can't trust him.
He's a decent quarterback, mid low tier quarterback. I'm not.
He's
He
mid.
sucks.
Yeah.
Even
He's
know
mid.
he's mid.
I'm calling him a
He
bum
miss-
next week.
but-
He sucks, though.
But he messes around and either fumble or throws an ill-advised pick every
Mhm.
freaking game at the end when it counts.
Tries to do
throw
too
that,
much.
Throw that junk away. Throw
Yep.
it away for real. Spike that bit in the ground. Anything, don't throw it to the other team, bro, and don't throw those erratic throws at the end of the game. You got to be able to get through these type of games. But I'm still run with. I'm running with the Titans. I'm running
Yeah.
with the Titans still. Tony Pollard, man, gonna get that stuff going. He's gonna have the same amount of yards as Josh Jacobs. Total yards.
Ooh.
Total
I don't know.
yards.
You taking the 3 points?
Nah, closer than that. I'm not taking the cover.
I'm going to take the Packers in the upset here. Think they're going to be able to do just enough to get it. I think this is going to be a defensive game. 36.5, man. I don't know how to call that over under because I don't think there's going to be a lot of points scored. I think that is right at the line too, man. Like I said, Vegas knows this shit, man, and that's too close for me to call. I could see it being 35, 38, so that could be over under like on the snap of a finger. I would stay away from that this game. But I'm going to take the Packers in the upset here, specifically just to piss me off. I think they're going to go and keep putting wins together without Jordan Love and make it as hard as on the Lions as possible. So give me the Packers to win this game. Who you got, Wes?
Same as you, my man. I think the Packers are a more complete team, I guess you could say, minus the quarterback. But I think even Malik Willis is probably just a slight bit better than Will Levis. I just cannot trust that guy. I wouldn't
Yeah.
trust him to fucking, I don't even know.
I think it's unanimous if Jordan Love's playing this game. We're not even talking about it still. So
Facts. Yeah. And then,
Oh.
yeah, the Titans probably wouldn't even be favored.
no, hell no.
All right,
Yeah.
not at all.
No.
All right. So we're all good there. Next, Giants, Browns. Browns are favored by 6. Over under is 38.5.
Let's speed not sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Let's speed pick this one.
Yeah.
Does
Yep.
either one do you think the Giants are gonna win this game?
No.
No way.
Me neither. All right. Are Browns gonna cover the 6?
Yeah,
No.
Yeah, I don't like them to cover either.
I think so.
Shout out to Neighbors though. Neighbors went out there and did his thing.
Dude, he did.
127 yards.
He did his thing. All the rookies kind of did good this week. Receiver wise.
So you taking the points, Wes?
No, under.
What's the points?
6
38
point.
and a half. Oh,
No,
yeah,
I mean
6 points. 6 points.
taking a
Yeah,
six.
sorry.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, 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 yeah.
No, the over under
38 and a
38 and a
half.
half.
38. Yeah, that's about right. I'll go over.
Yeah, I'll go slightly over as well.
All right, we'll do a couple of these games that
Speed
no
picks.
one, yeah, speed
Yeah.
picks here. Bears Colts. Who you got? Colts are favored by 1.5. Over under is 43 and a half. I'm taking the Bears. I'm taking the Bears as an upset. They're going to cover the 1.5, and I'm not taking the points. It's going to be under 43 and a half.
Mm. I'm gonna go ahead and say that the Bears defensively, just from their defense alone, they should win this game. Caleb Williams is looking more and more awful by the week. But you shouldn't have to do much, man. You were getting some cleats. He did have a rhythm going against Houston a couple of times. I mean, it's not a total loss yet. It's learning curves, pains, experiences. We know
Right.
this, but I think he'll do enough. This isn't a very good Colts team. They turn it over way too many times. This Bears defense might get 3, 4 turnovers on this defense, so I don't trust them right now. I'll take the Bears in the upset pick as well. And I'm gonna go under 43 and a half.
Got Colts because I still believe in AR-15, man. You had a bad
You
game,
tripping.
but
Tripping.
it's not a bad career. Keep doing your thing, baby bubble. Do your
I hope
thing.
I hope he does, bro. I can't I don't think it's
Hey,
gonna happen. I hope he does
and
though.
and the way Caleb Williams been throwing the ball, and I thought he was gonna be a star out here in the making. The way DJ Moore had to sat on the ground and pouted like a damn baby. Like,
Yep.
man, this man can't throw nothing, bro. Like, why we got him? Bring Justin back. Bring Justin Fields. Bring Justin Fields back.
Shit, Andrew Luck might be
That's
better,
never
even though he
good.
hasn't even played for like 5 years.
You taking the 2
Lord have
points?
mercy. I'm taking the 2 points. I
All
think
right.
I think I think the boys gonna roll. Jonathan Taylor and all them boys, and we're gonna have Mike Pittman Jr. Sighted this week. So
Possibly.
I haven't seen him at all.
Right.
I don't know that Bears defense though. All right.
All right. Next game. Not gonna waste any time. Panthers Raiders. Raiders are favored by 5.5. Over under is 40.5. I'm taking the Raiders. Nah, there's nothing to say. I'm taking the Raiders. They're gonna cover. I think they'll cover the points, and it will be under 40.5.
I'm gonna take the Raiders to win this game, but I'm gonna take the Panthers to cover because you got Andy Dalton starting this game now. You
Andy
got a guy
That
that
Dalton.
is
can
true.
actually throw the
Yeah, that is
game.
true. That
He's a
is true.
veteran out here. Dalton, if he just do what he did last year, I think the Panthers can at least get within 5 points of this game. So I'm gonna take the Raiders to win this game at home. They should have the edge on them defensively. Panthers are not a good team, but I don't think I'm not gonna take the spread on that. I like the Panthers to cover the 5.5.
Bro,
Right.
Raiders
Jot,
win.
jot me down for that too.
I really want the Panthers to win with Andy Dalton, bro. I
That
really want them to win because they got a nice team. They just don't have a quarterback.
yeah.
Man, can Andy Dalton, man, change the whole scenario of Charlotte? Probably not. So I'm
Probably
going
not.
with the Raiders. I'm going with the Raiders. And I'm taking the 5. I'm taking the 5 too.
Okay. All right,
Did you
dog.
jot me down for
Yes, I got you.
okay, okay.
Raiders win it, but you got the Panthers covering that 5.5 though.
Gotcha.
Under.
Yep.
I
All
got
right.
the under. I got the under on that one too.
Under? Oh yeah. Ah, damn. Yeah.
I got the under on that one. You said that's like
That's
36?
that's no 40 and a half.
40 and a half? Oh yeah, definitely under.
Under that. That's yeah. Yeah, probably under. I don't know. That's borderline for me though. I don't like it. What's this next one?
All right. Next one's Dolphins versus Seahawks. Seahawks are favored by 5. Over under is 41.5. Dolphins don't have Tua.
Yeah, prayers up to Tua, man.
Yeah,
That
man.
was oh my God.
Definitely.
It's time to hang it up, bro. I
It
mean,
might
you
be.
cannot
It might be, man.
you cannot put yourself out there anymore if you are this kid. Like your life means more than
He's fucking
anything.
himself up. It's
And
not
this
like
Right.
he's not sliding. He's not sliding.
like
And
it's not looking good.
Going head first.
even when he is, I think he does it too late, and he's still getting clipped, and his bouncing off the ground.
Right.
So I I don't know, man. I'm gonna take excuse me. I'm gonna take the Seahawks. I think they're going to cover, and I think it'll be under 41.5.
What
All
are they
right.
going with quarterback wise? Skylar Thompson?
Skylar Thompson,
Yes,
or they
sir.
just brought in somebody, but yeah, Skylar Thompson's familiar with the system and all that. Yeah.
They brought in Snoop
Yeah,
shit, Snoop.
Tyler Huntley.
Yeah,
Huntley.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Snoop
Snoop
Huntley, yeah.
Huntley. Snoop
Hmm.
Doggy Dog Huntley.
There you go.
hmm So I don't think he's gonna be taking the realms though, but
No,
we'll see. I don't know.
not this week.
I
Not
like
this
the
week.
I like the Seahawks to win, but I think Miami, even with Skylar Thompson, will do something. I think that they will cover that 5. I think it'll be a closer game. Seahawks have not looking that impressive lately, man.
They're not. They're not.
Overtime battle the Patriots. Patriots are tougher than, so I'm not going to completely write them off and disrespect them like that, but it's just close. Kenneth Walker's still fighting an injury. I don't know if he's going to be back. The receiving core did look good, obviously, but I just don't think it's going to take that much of an effort. You got a lot of firepower offensively from Miami. Any decent quarterback that knows the system can go in there, put up some points. I think it'll be a closer game, but I do like the Seahawks to win, but I like the Dolphins to cover that 5 points
In Seattle?
in Seattle.
Yeah, I'm going with the Seahawks.
Yep. Taking the 5?
Not taking the 5.
All right. Got you.
They say Bradley Chubb should be back soon too.
Who?
Chubb?
Oh,
Bradley
yeah,
Chubb?
Bradley Chubb. Yeah. I
I
think he's
think it's this
eligible
week or
after the
next week.
4th. Yeah.
Okay,
First 4 weeks
that's
he
what it is.
missed. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they
All
definitely need
right.
that.
The next game, the Ravens are favored by 1 against my Dallas Cowboys.
Mm.
Over unders 49.5. You know, they both coming off losses. The Cowboys haven't lost back-to-back games in I don't know how many years. I think it's been. It's like been 2 or 3 years or something like that. And they're at
Mhm.
home. They did lose last week at home, but the past few
No, they got the
years,
ass whoop.
yeah, the past few years they haven't really lost at home. I think they're going to come out and they're going to take it out on the Ravens. The Ravens, they're a solid fucking team. I just think Lamar is trying to do too much, whether it be running when he really shouldn't, missing some passes to his receivers. I don't think they've worked Derrick Henry into the offense the way they should or should have so far. He hasn't done anything, and I was absolutely worried about them when they acquired him, and it doesn't look like he's too much of a threat at this point in the season so far. Only the third week, so a long ways to go. We'll see what happens. I'm going to take the Cowboys, of course. They're going to definitely cover that 1 point, and I do think it would be. I will take the over under. I think it'll be a decently high scoring game.
So you're going over 49 and a half?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'm gonna tell you, I know the Cowboys haven't lost back-to-back games in a couple years. Dude, there is no way the Ravens are starting the season 0-3. I don't know what is gonna happen up in there if this happens, bro. And the Ravens are so confusing, bro. In the NFL, the Ravens have the number 1 rushing defense in the league. They have the worst passing defense in the league. So I mean that explain probably gonna be able to throw a little bit,
Yep.
you know.
CD Lamb's
And
going to get loose.
defensively though, the Cowboys they're 20th in rushing defense, 16th passing, 19th overall. So a lot of points are gonna be scored here. I feel like I'm gonna take the over as well. I just think that the Ravens, the urgency is more, man. You got to put something together, and I think Lamar is going to go out there and just have a good game, and I think that they're going to just slow it down a little bit. Derrick Henry's going to get off. I think he's going to make Dallas regret not giving him a phone call, free agency, because I think that's where he really wanted to go in the first place. So I don't know. I just think that the Ravens go in there, give me the 1 point they cover. I think there's no way the Ravens start 1-3.
Man, give me the Cowboys. Because the Ravens do not have that stuff together. Derrick Henley, I'm not gonna say it's been a bust, but it hasn't worked out as planned at all. Your receivers are non-existent. You only got freaking like even Mark Andrews. Mark Andrews hasn't been as
He hasn't done
top
nothing.
and stellar as he used to be. Zay Flowers is gonna put up numbers all the time, but then who you go to after that? You're waiting too long to throw the ball. You're patient, but you're so impatient because you want to run the ball. You can tell you want to run the ball, so you're not really scouting out what you need to be doing. I feel like going into the second half of the season, the Ravens gonna be untouchable. But right now, You got to get through these growing pains. And I feel like Cowboys got enough offense to finish those guys off. Y'all lost to the freaking Raiders, man. And I couldn't even believe that. But like you say, freaking Devontae Adams or whatever went off for career day from the freaking Raider standpoint.
Mhm.
You get beat by freaking Garner Minshew and freaking what the dude is, Madison. Y'all got Madison over there, the running back. Is that what they
Yep.
got?
Yeah.
Man, like, how y'all lose to these guys? For real, y'all was up and then y'all just constantly let these guys chip away, chip away, chip away until they beat y'all at the end. Come on, man, y'all got to do better than that.
Yeah,
So
it's
I'm going with the Cowboys. I just feel like the Cowboys are better. This last game, Cowboys, man, got stomped in the mouth. I know they're not having that shit. I know they got cussed out by all the coaches and assistant coaches, parents, friends, dogs, and everybody else. Everybody was cussing them boys out.
one thing I will mind you, and I learned from you, dude, is it wouldn't be uncommon for the Ravens to go out there and bomb on them though. Look completely like shit the one week, next week you look completely different. That's the NFL, dude.
Yep.
And
Cowboys are the same way.
You preach that to me more than anything, Sam. So I will tell you that. And mind you, as crazy as that, as boring and bland as that offense, indecisive as the Ravens offense have looked, they have the number one offense in the NFL. Statistically, and that's crazy to think when knowing they haven't even hit their, think like they haven't
That's
even remotely gotten
because,
it going yet.
bro,
You
that's
know,
because Lamar has almost 400 yards a game. You got 200 and you got 100 or something rushing. Bro, that's still not enough. That's still not enough. You need to have like 500 because you got Derrick Henry. You got to get Derrick Henry 100
dude, it's
something
like it's
yards.
2 weeks in and you're number
I'm
one
just saying.
though. You know what I mean? Like
Exactly. 2
That's
weeks.
padded. That's
2 weeks
padded.
in.
That's
I
padded
mean,
though. That's
I'm
padded. A
just,
lot of that stuff from Lamar Jackson. You got
I,
300. You got 350 plus from Lamar Jackson per week, and then you got everybody else or whatever. That's kind of like scat, 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 scat. 20 here, 30 here, 20 here, 30 here.
but I'm saying you're
That's not. That's,
producing.
that's
You're just not producing like how you want to be producing. But I mean, it's all a part of growing pains and all that and all like 2 weeks in too, man. Derrick Henry in that offense, it's completely different now. It's completely different. And when you fall remotely behind, I don't know if they ever factored that in. He's not going to be in there on them passing downs, and that's why Justice Hill's been in there taking that role away from. Didn't really do shit last game, but I'm just saying Derrick Henry's not going to be in there when you're down. So the Ravens, they got to shy away from the
right.
game plan of getting down early, I guess. But yeah, it's gonna be a good game though. This is gonna be a good game,
Yep.
no question.
That's definitely one to watch. Yeah, I
All
got my
right.
boys on that.
We all got our picks in, right?
Yep.
Yep.
All right. Next game is the 49ers favored by 7 against the Rams. The over-under is 44 and a half. I think the 49ers got this. They're going to cover
Yeah.
spread, all
Anybody
of
think
it.
anybody
Yeah.
think the Rams have a chance here after that
No.
outing last week against
No, no
Arizona?
way. No
Yeah.
way.
All
Even though
right.
Deebo Samuel's out too.
Yep.
I don't care if him and
Yeah,
Ayuk
it
are
don't
out. I'm
matter.
still taking them to cover too. How about
Right.
that?
All right, so we're all on the same page there.
Everybody taking the points?
Yes,
The
sir.
7 points for the Niners or no?
I'm not.
I am.
No.
Tricky little games like this. Those are the ones you definitely can't take the points to.
All right.
All right, next game. Chiefs, 3.5 point favorites against the Falcons. Over unders 46 and a half. I don't know, man. I think the refs kind of helped out the Chiefs last week, this past weekend. A
Don't
lot
they
of a lot
every
of
week?
fucking flags, and that's just not for this game, man. There was flags every single play, every game that I watched. I had Red Zone on, and every time I looked over, there's fucking a flag being called
Yellow
for
laundry
every
everywhere.
game. Yeah, man. Um, Nonetheless, Chiefs pulled it off uh, against the Bengals last week. Falcons pulled it off, or they didn't. Yeah, they pulled it off against the Eagles last night. I'm taking the Chiefs, man. Until
Yeah,
they're the reigning Super Bowl champs, and until I see otherwise, it's kind of hard to go against them.
taking the points.
Yes, sir.
All right. I will take the Chiefs as well. Don't sleep on the Falcons, bro. That was a big win. It's gonna
I
build
know.
momentum and build chemistry and all that. They are gonna work it out with Kirk Cousins and what they did, dude, when they shut Philly down, and that was impressive coming back less than 30 seconds and all that. I mean, you got to credit them, man. And I just feel like they're just starting to hit the tip of what they can do or whatever. But there are levels to this, bro. And the Chiefs are the
Yes,
Chiefs,
sir.
and the Chiefs are only getting better so far this year. So, yeah, man, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take the Chiefs to win this game. I don't like the 3.5 points though, man, because I think this could be closer to that. Depending if the Falcons come out still ready to play, I think they could win by 3, maybe even slighter than that. So I'm gonna take the Chiefs to win. I think the Falcons covered at 3.5 though.
Hey, Atlanta, man, defense came to play in Philly.
Yeah, they
Judon
did. Yeah.
all over the place. The safeties all over the place. Both of the safeties killing the game. You know, with the big interception at the end. Yeah, the boys are looking good, bro. The boys are looking very good. Offensively, they sputtered a little bit, but with Bijan Robinson over there, whatever, man, you got and him and Elijah was killing.
Yeah.
Elijah was getting it in, bro. 12 yards here,
That
8
dude's
yards
jacked, bro.
here.
He's jacked.
Bro, and he looked like he's not even running, bro. Like
Mhm.
just breaking those tackles, man. It's gonna be stop. It's gonna be hard to stop when Kirk Cousins like really get that stuff together because he was sputtering bad. That last
Mhm.
drive or whatever. I mean, it looked like they was covering like too much to me because he was getting hounded the whole time. He wasn't making the right passes. You freaking see people go across or whatever. You trying to throw deep and bro, the last drive you made it work. So I guess we're gonna give him his credit. They call it clutch performance and all that stuff, whatever. Bro, that shit
For
was
him,
not
it is
clutch.
because he's terrible at night at primetime
Bro, that
games.
No shit.
I don't call that clutch at all because you ain't do nothing. You kick field goals the whole
Mhm.
game, and then you score the last one. But that's
Somebody's got
neither
to get
here nor
him
there.
in position to kick the field goals on the right
But I
side of
feel,
the field.
but I feel like that defense is intact. KC, man, can you stop those receivers? But you got Pacheco out. Man, you're gonna have a lot of issues with that running game
Worthy
because
might
they
have
got.
to step up. It'd be Cheetah 2.0 out there.
Mhm. Yeah, but
You picking Atlanta? You picking Atlanta?
with that running game, man, being kind of suspect, I got to go with Atlanta. I got to go with
Oh.
Atlanta. I got to go with Atlanta
Oh no, you did not.
because Pacheco, you ain't got Pacheco, you ain't got what's the other guy for LSU? Hines, Claire, Edwards, or whatever.
No, he's not
Edwards
there no
Helaire.
more. Is
Edwards
He's
he?
Helaire.
gone.
Is
Yeah, he's
it?
not. No, no, no. He's there. He's
He's
just hurt, man.
injured.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah, he's injured. So you
I
got
say I haven't
yeah.
so you
heard
got
his
like
name
these
in a long
guys coming
time. I
in,
didn't think he
and
was still there.
they supposed to be getting in Kareem Hunt.
Yep,
Supposed to
he's
be
on the
They did.
practice
They signed
squad.
practice
him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
squad,
Mhm.
practice
so
squad. So
he's familiar with them. So
Definitely.
that's a big
It
a
makes
help for them.
sense.
Yeah.
It
mhm.
makes sense. That'll be a good game, though. That's a good game for Sunday night. Sunday night game, by the way.
Yep.
All right, we got two Monday night games. Let's
Yep.
quick pick them real quick.
Yes, sir. First Monday night game is the Jags versus the Bills. Bills are favored by 5.5. Over under is 45.5. I'm taking the Bills. The Jags are they're another one of the dumpster fires after they pay Trevor Lawrence, named the stadium after him, supposedly or whatever. Bills are on a roll. They're looking really good. I'm going to take them to cover the 5 or 6, and I'm going to take the under on the points.
Go ahead, Sam.
Jacksonville. Duval County. I cannot believe what y'all are doing right now, man. Y'all are making my name look bad. And I don't even rep it. I rep the city, but these Jaguars, man, are freaking getting down in the dumps. Y'all can't finish in the fourth. Now you finna go against the man, Josh Allen, and I just don't know. If y'all can't stop the run game, you know, Cook's on the tear. Keon Coleman's over there, whatever, man. You got all those guys over there, man, that's really stepping up and putting in that work, letting people know, like, hey, man, we lost a lot, but man, we still got a lot. So with that being said, man, I gotta go with the Bills at home.
Yeah, how about the 5.5? You taking the points?
Mm, yeah, that's a touchdown. I'll take the points.
Wes, did you want the points too?
Yes, sir.
All
I'll
right.
take the points on that.
I will say that I like the Bills in this game to win the game, obviously, but I will say anytime touchdown parlay. You watch out for this one. Gabe Davis potentially, bro. Gabe Davis, former Bills receiver,
Glad,
going
man.
back, former home. Watch for, they have to do something differently on offense if you're Jacksonville. Their offense has been stinking up the joint, and their pass defense, dude. Jacksonville, defensively, passing defense, they're 30th. I mean, you got to
Mhm.
tighten up, man. You got to, I know it's early in the year, but there's just a whole bunch of shit. Look at what Buffalo's doing. Like they're middle of the pack in defense, 16th overall, 11th passing pretty good, and 18th rushing. They have so many people out. Matt Milano out, but they're guys that come in. It's like they don't miss a beat. It's
No,
like
they
the
play.
third string guys, they plug and play, bro, and they play
Mhm.
just as good as their starters at times, bro.
That's
So
it.
I'm gonna go with the Bills here, and I think they cover. And I think this is gonna be a good fantasy matchup week for Josh Allen. Let's hope.
Mhm.
I need it.
All right. The second Monday night game, last game of the week, got the Commandos versus the Bengals. The Bengals are favored by 7.5, and the over-under is 48.5. I'm going to take the Bengals. They came off a hard loss, and that's pretty much it. The Commanders are the Commanders. I haven't seen enough out of Jaden Daniels yet. Yeah, had 226 yards. He didn't have a touchdown or interception. You know, Brian Robinson did have 133 yards, but I just don't think the Commanders are as a well-rounded team
Just
as
kicking
the.
field goals. That
Yeah.
last game, they just kicked field goals the whole time. That
Yep.
Giants defense held
Yeah,
them.
they kicked like six field goals, didn't they?
Hmm.
Even
Yep.
though they won, but
Yep.
whatever. I'm taking the Bengals. I'm going to take the points, and I'm taking the under.
Okay.
With the Bengals, they missing Higgins. They missing Higgins, and they definitely missing Big Mix. They missing both of those
Mhm.
guys on offense, man. That offense is looking way worse.
Yep.
What them boys going to? Or they
Yep.
1-1? They 0-2 right now?
0-2,
Bengals
yeah.
are 0-2.
Oh, so they start like this all the time
They
though.
do.
So I don't so I
That's
don't
why I'm
want
not like
I
really
don't want to put
worried.
it
I'm not really
I
worried.
don't I don't want to say what I want to say,
Not quite yet,
but
anyway.
just knowing that y'all missing so much and the defense is not close to what it's used to be because y'all used to depend on that defense a little bit too while y'all could run
Hmm.
the ball. Burrow could freaking go through anybody. And it's just not the same, man. It's a whole totally different offensive scheme now. I don't know what they're doing on as an offensive coordinator, but they're not getting that stuff right. They got to involve some trick plays or something. Man, I just can't go against Burrow, but I don't like the 7. I think that's gonna be a closer game too, man. 3 points probably. But Washington is decent, but they got to get McLaurin in. They haven't been hitting him at all. They got to hit him. You the main guy. You got to get him in some type of slant plays or something, man. You got to get him involved, bro. Because if you don't, and you depending on you running and Robinson running and
Hmm.
Eckler, has Eckler even been doing anything? Because I haven't seen Eckler doing too much of nothing.
They're starting to get him
Uh,
more
he's only
involved in it now, but
he's only got 99 yards on the year.
Yeah,
yeah,
so
they got to do a better job getting him in mix with all of that stuff, bro. Um, I will tell you that the matchup here I'm looking at, if just looking in, is the rushing. Dude, so the Commanders, dude, sixth in the league in rushing. They can run the ball. They can give it to running back. Obviously, Jaden Daniels is that dual threat. Just
Hmm.
learning the game. You don't really know a whole lot on Jaden Daniels outside of a couple games, so like that does make him dangerous. And Cincinnati's run defense is terrible. They are absolutely horrible. It's going to present a lot of problems. I definitely do like the Bengals to win this game, but I like Washington to cover that 7.5. I think it'll be closer. Washington could potentially win this game because the Bengals aren't really good right now, bro.
they're not.
And I
Yeah.
expect them to turn it around at some point, but yeah, you just have to
What's the
watch
deal?
out for that.
What's the deal with Higgins?
I don't know
It
when
says he's
he's coming back.
questionable, so I don't know.
Yeah, so he might play, he might not. I don't know, man. It's
He been going the last 2 games though, right? Or was it just his last game?
No, he didn't play last game either.
yeah, I don't think he's played yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
that's
think he's
definitely
played
that's
yet.
definitely a hindrance.
So if he has, it's been minimal or to no impact at
No
all.
impact.
So
Hmm.
yeah. So yeah, I will take we all got the Bengals there. So there we got our week, what, 3 picks? This is week
Yep.
3 now.
Week 3.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
8 upsets last week, man. So we'll see how many we can get this week. We're gonna count up our credits and our picks next week. See, we're gonna count them on wager wins and go from there. Thank y'all if y'all still tuning. I know we ran over tonight, but we're gonna be back next week. More NFL picks, weekly game picks. Probably throw in some college in there too and revisit everything. You already know how we do it.
Hey, Let Loose Podcast signing out. You already know the guys back in town every week. Same time, same channel. You know what it is. Holla at the guys.